Hello, hello. Welcome to Audio Addiction. It's your boy Brandon. How we all doing? Hope everyone is doing super sick. We are covering part 2 of Monsta X. If you didn't see it on Monday, the video will be out on Twitch. Well, it's never going to be out on Twitch. It's going to be out on YouTube very shortly. Part 1 is uploaded for Monsta X Part 1. I should be having that up tonight, hopefully. So that will be going. We'll be good with that. And then Part 2 hopefully will be up tonight as well. So thanks for hanging. Thanks for chilling. Big, again, salutes to Biscuit for getting 100,000 channel points to do Monsta X. I feel like conventionally we probably would have had it done sooner, but I feel like it is an ample time to do it. So very excited, very stoked. So major kudos to Biscuit, and also thank you, Biscuit, for putting the playlist together, doing the research. I am just a passenger here, so I appreciate the nods to everything. So very cool. We've got, let's see what we got. Gunky, hello. Sarah says, hey y'all, just had a nice lavender matcha lemonade. Ooh, sounds delish. That tasted like a Fruit Loop, and I'm ready for Monsta X. Let's go. Sounds great. Biscuit, hello. Connie, hello. Kaylee, hello. Howdy, Uni. And Kala, hi everyone. Hello, Kala. Thanks for hanging. And Biscuit says thank you too. Appreciate it. Just glad we can cover them. So very excited. Monday, if you live in the States, is Memorial Day, so I will be taking my Monday off. But Wednesday, I have a proposition for y'all. Well, I think we should obviously figure out what we're doing Wednesday, but I feel like since I have been teasing it for a while, and I feel like we probably should do it unless there's a group, or we should do a catch up Wednesday. I feel like we should get started on the inevitable Boys Planet Mountain that I have politely agreed to do for Sarah. So we might have to do that. So I feel like it might be that we might have to make the conventions, unless of course we, again, I feel like maybe not. So I don't know. You can let me know if you want to see that. If not, then I know Sarah is currently still working on it from what I saw in Discord. So I don't know how much ground we would cover, but I feel like it'd be fun. Yeah, I was gonna say torture time for sure, but very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, very nice. Jazz, hello. Thanks for hanging. Sarah says it is completed as it can be. They just announced another Boys Plan debut today. It's ever. I feel like my thought process on it was, if I don't get this shit started now, then it's gonna bite me in the ass later. So I feel like maybe we should do it. But I'll leave a poll up if you feel inclined to agree to do that. Then, again, we will submit to Sarah in their ever growing, forever long Boys Planet deep dive. But like I said, I think we would still agree to the normal, like we would have it split, so we do one day being Boys Planet, to continue on with that, and then obviously Wednesday or Monday, or whatever day we don't choose, would just be the normal run of the mill deep dives that you see. I just feel like it would probably be good, instead of enlisting everyone to listen to it all. Not that I feel like you shouldn't enjoy it, because to be a part of it, but yeah. Uni says catch up and guess the chatter's suggestions doable in one stream. I don't know. It could be. I feel like that is a question for Sarah, if they have gotten all the submissions, or if we want to close the gates on the submission, then we could do that certainly Wednesday. That I have no problem doing that. I'll leave a couple 3 options for poll. So if you have not, go do that. But if not, if you're new here, I have a Discord. Come hang out. All these people are in Discord that are in chat now on Twitch. So it'd be really cool to see you there. Plus, to get to know you a little bit better, which is always really fun. And I love new homies. So if you could do that, that'd be really rad. If not, let me know. But anyway, we've speaking about catching up to do, we've got some more. We got part 2 of Monsta X. The first one being Find You. We're doing Follow, Fantasia, Love Killa. It looks like Nobody Else, which I guess is a B-side from what I could gather, potentially. Gambler, Kiss or Death, Rush Hour, Ride With You, Love, Beautiful Liar, Love Me a Little, and then we got, well, it looks like that's actually a split off between Shonu and Hyungwon. We have IM's Goddamn, we have Kian's Youth, we have Minyuk featuring Jihuni, which I'm stoked about. We'll have to check that one out. We've got another Jihuni, Freedom, which I think was the one I listened to. So I'm curious if I'll have a change of heart on that one. Then we have Love You at the end, and then closing it out with Falling, We Are Here. So nobody else B-side. Okay, cool. Thank you, Biscuit. So very excited. If we have a part 3, it would probably be the solo, like obviously all of their solo material and stuff. So very nice. Gunky says, guess the chatter is probably one stream. Yeah, it could be, depending upon obviously how long it is. Biscuit says, catch up with how many there are, maybe not. That's fair. And Sarah says, we have 14 submissions for Chatter's choice, so it would be split with at least a little bit of catch up. That's fair. We could do that. And Gunky says, wait, my favorite song by them is not on the list. Biscuit says, yeah, if everyone wants, maybe a part 3 sometime later. We could definitely do that. I think it would be really cool if we did it like when they announced that they're going to be coming back. I feel like that would be cool if we could do some solo stuff and then listen to the new song. I feel like that'd be a cool end cap to that part 3. So just a suggestion. But anyway, we've got some new stuff to listen to. So this one's a little bit less heavy. We did 20 last time, so we did 18 this time tonight. So I'm stoked. The first one that Biscuit has given me was Find You. It says Find You is a pre-released from their album Follow, Find You. The song is adjusted for the music video, which is a part of their time travel storyline. Okay. Biscuit says a little bit less because 2 of the videos are a tiny bit longer. Ooh, okay. All right. Very nice. Biscuit says starting with Saddest X. Oh no. All right. And Connie says, "Oh my god, love this MV." Very nice. So let's vibe. Let's check it out.
이 모든 게 원래 우리의 운명이었을까? 난 기억을 더듬어 아직도 여기서 한참을 서성여 너를 보낸 후에 난 너의 목소리가 들리는 거야 가만히 눈을 감으면 선명히 느낄 수 있어 네 연기 숨소리 작은 미소까지 얼어붙었던 내 감싸주던 너
Ooh.
매일이 널 그리다 지쳐서 잠에 들어 내일은 널 보게 될까 이제와 너 죽어가던 내게 세상을 다시 선물해준 너 yeah. 떨어져 있어도 함께라고 믿고 있어 baby 외롭지 않게 내가 널 지켜낼 테니까 이제 Where you at? Here I am 다시 말할 테니 지을 수 없는 선물을 해준 너 멀어져 버린 너와 나 사이의 거리에 지워져지지 않고 남은 너의 모습은 우선명한 vivid dream 난 오늘도 미친 듯 계속 바라고 있는 걸 someday we meet again 너를 향한 내 진심이 내게 길을 열어주기 널 그려왔던 나의 내일이 너 있는 곳에 닿을 때까지 난 멈추지 않길 나 약속할게 언제 어디에 있든 반드시 널 찾을게 네가 그랬던 것처럼
Okay.
널 꼭 안아줄게 기다려 I'll find you 기적처럼 I'll find you 영원히 너란 꿈에 살 수 있게 해줄래 Oh yeah yeah
우리가 운명이라면 다시 만날 수 있겠지.
All right, this was Monsta X's "Find You." If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Connie says sometimes I feel bad for Hyunwon. He always is having a hard time in Monsta X lore. That is true. I also noticed that as well. I was like, damn, he always draws the short straw here. Biscuit says, theorizing with the storyline went crazy when this came out. There is a video in between two. It's not really a music video. Interesting. Yeah, there was definitely some moments in this song that I was like, that I like harken back from a, previous MV, and I was like, oh wow, okay. So there's definitely some moments throughout where I was like, oh, okay, I can see where they're pulling from. I think, let me think. I'm trying to actually remember some of which MV it was. I'm looking at was it All In? It had to have been All In. So I know that's part of the lore from the first part. So, and Dramarama. Okay. Yeah, I actually remember some of those shots, but, this was interesting. Not All In. Okay. Thank you, Biscuit. I thought this was interesting. I do sometimes I'm very like hit or miss on the whole like if you're extending the music video for like lore circumstances, that's fine. Like I think it obviously to me is like dependent upon what the song is. Obviously, this one was a little bit more softer. Definitely delving into a different kind of genre, but I thought this was very nice from obviously what I heard in this track. I feel like this song definitely you got to hear more of their vocals and like not them, I guess not necessarily them like popping off, I guess, per se, but like I think they're a little bit more subtle in the way that they stylize their vocals in this song, and I think that you definitely got to appreciate it for that in and of itself, because I think a lot of the times when you hear a song like this, you're just like, I'm not really, this one isn't hitting, or like, maybe this one isn't my favorite, and I could absolutely get that. I also feel at the same point, it's like I love seeing the versatility of artists, and I feel like to me this is a good example of the versatility that they bring. I will say this is probably not my favorite Monsta X song, but I do feel like it should be, at least in my opinion, awarded those brownie points, because it's like a more somber tone. Like I think it matches the MV. I feel like the way that piano kind of peaks in and out of the song is really nice, and I think they all have like a really like soft palette on this song. So I think they did a great job of making it feel very, very like emotionally driven. So I like that aspect of it. I think the whole structure of the song is good, as well. Um, so I think to me it's one of those songs that I don't think that I would per se go out of my way to listen to, but if it came up on like a Monsta X playlist as like a must listen, I feel like it would make sense. And obviously, if you're a very lore based K-pop lover, I feel like obviously you'll be watching the MV for this one to pick out any sort of source material from that. So I feel like in that case, it definitely earns its merits, but I would say this isn't amongst the favorites that I've listened to thus far from Monsta X, and I feel like they hold a pretty high bar to say the least. So Biscuit says the structure is changed a fair amount for the video too. That I figured it is, just because again, you're including lore. Like obviously there's moments of reprieve where they want you to watch the video. So like I'll probably go back and listen to this one just because I want to know how the song is structured in a normal like fashion, how you would typically hear it without the MV. And see if the cohesion is there. But I could tell, like, even with like the story bits parts, I feel like it was still very on point. So very nice. Very nice. And I definitely could understand the theorization for that people got from this, because it definitely made me kind of pick up on some stuff, and I was like, I know I remember seeing this, so I can imagine people's theory crafting on this is probably pretty nuts. So very nice. We are gonna keep it moving tonight. The next one we have is Follow. Follow is the title track from the same album. It features a traditional Korean instrument called a tape a young, so hopefully I pronunciated that right. And a hanbok inspired outfit. Very nice. I have a hanbok, but it does not fit me anymore. It was when I was a teen, so would love to get another one at some point in my life. But yeah, they're gorgeous. I definitely very nice. Unfortunately, this is the last Korean album Wonho was a part of, and the All About Love English album. Fortunately, both he and Monsta X are doing very well. Monsta X continuing to reach a new career highs with each subsequent comeback, and Wano established a successful solo career. He is also about to have a comeback and go on a Latin American tour. A small fun fact: the next title track and Follow were in contention to be the title track for this album, and Follow won out. Okay, very interesting. Let's get into Follow. I'm curious.
Can you feel 익숙한 듯 낯선 공기 I can feel 스친 순간 날아버렸지 그 순간에 아득하게 서로를 놓쳤던 우리 어긋난 채 엇갈려 왜 또 자꾸만 더 멀어져 이 느낌을 믿어 난 어느 때보다 더난 꿈을 꾸지 않아 네가 여기 없으니까 다시 들고 돌아 결국 만날 거야 거리고 싶은 거짓말처럼 태양에 겹친 날
Great chorus.
Dash dash 달려 과감한 남 gentleman Dash dash look at my face 걸렸어 나의 낮에 I feel good fat young cause you're my killer No back up 날 땡겨 시작해 심장으로 pull the trigger 이 느낌을 믿어 난 누가 뭐라 해도 그 모든 우연이 다 나만을 가리키니까 다시 돌고 돌아 결국 만날 거야 다리 거짓말처럼 태양에 겹친 날 지금 밀려오는 나의 떨린 느낌 아이아이아이 달려
Nice. Okay.
어딜 가든 비행기로 가는 걸 알잖아 미치지 않아도 이미 느껴진 헤일로 필연적인 존재로 만날 곳을 베일로 감추지 않아도 돼 no 서로를 알아볼 테니 너 나를 follow 너와 나 사이도 잠을 이어 시간과 공간의 선을 넘어 영원이라는 잠을 속에 이 운명을 비틀어 난 지금 날 데리러 가 티키타카 우리 대놓고 해 티키타카 우리들만의 게임 티키타카 티키타카 타카 끝없이 돌고 돌아와도 결국 다시 너일 테니까 다시 거짓말처럼 네 앞에 겹친 날
Ooh. All right, very nice. This was Monsta X Follow. If you're hanging out for the Monsta X Deep Dive Part 2, thanks for hanging. Wow, okay. I will say we started on Find You, and I was like, what type of songs are we going to get on this release? I understand that Find You was a pre-release, but man, this is a dynamically packed song, and I love that. I gotta say the beat on this song I thought was gonna get really annoying, but I actually love it so much. Like, it cuts through the song so well. It's got like that really kind of distorted, like almost like borderline, and again, this is gonna sound negative, but I mean in a very positive terminology. Like, it's kind of got like a little bit of a nagging sort of sound, but just, I don't know, it's just something about it that just clicks, and I'm like, damn, it works so well with the contrast of like their more polished vocals. So I love that. I think it works well, and I know Biscuit had mentioned how much of a contrast group that they are, and I feel like they always hit you with something, whether it be like the way that they sing versus like the instrumentation or something else. I feel like the contrast is always really fun to hear, and I think they do a really great job of making it seem different every time, but like still reigning true to what they do, which is that, again, that really bit of striking contrast in the song. So I really like that. I think in terms of my favorite performers in this song, I really noticed that they gave like Hyunwon a lot of vocal parts in this song, which I appreciate. I think he's definitely an underrated member of Monsta X, and I've, obviously, as I mentioned in part 1, I feel like a lot of his strengths rely on those like more soft and somber tones, but I really feel like he held it down in the song, so I really like that. I also was very shocked at like how much they gave Minhyuk as well. I feel like he was also really incredible, and they gave him a bit of spotlight, and I feel like I haven't given him enough love in part 1, so I feel like this was my opportunity to kind of like peer in a little bit and be like, wow, Minhyuk's got fantastic vocals. Again, that is not to discredit him from other songs as well, but like I really thought his vocals popped in this song. Out of the two rap sections, I feel like Jehuni is almost normally the one that I go to, but I feel like IM's verse in this song was so good. I loved his like aggression. I like the punch of his rap section. It just seemed like to me like he was definitely more of the dynamic, more of that energy, like more of that bite and growl. And I appreciate that because I feel like they trade off so well and like obviously have their own moments. But IM definitely stood out to me as well. So really like that. And also gotta give love to my bias Shonu. I feel like they gave him a lot of parts as well too. And he was just chef's kiss. It was so good. I love that bit. I think it's in the bridge where like it was Shonu first, then it was Wano, then I think it went back to Shonu again, and then it went to Kihyun, which was great. What a phenomenal like lineup of vocalists. So I thought that was really sick. But yeah, this one's a fire song. I thought this one right out the gate was really good, and I gotta say the chorus in this song should not be as catchy as it is, but damn, I'd be damned and say that one is real good. I love the catchiness of that chorus. That so much fun, and the choreo is cool too. So this is a 10 out of 10 in my book. I like this one a lot. So very nice, very nice. Let's see what we got. Sarah says Wano's orange hair is killer. I agree. I could never, but would be cool. Connie says, sometimes I sing Wonho's intro out of nowhere. LOL. It's so addicting. And the bridge of the song is my favorite part. So good. I will agree. The bridge was on point. I like it. Jazz says, I'll admit this one took me a minute to get used to initially, but now it's one of my favorites. And Biscuit also said same. Wow. Okay. That is a surprise. I will say. Maybe it's just again maybe it's just me because I'm not like I hadn't been following Monsta X up until obviously Monday or like being familiarized with them, so I feel like it might be different for like veterans, you know what I mean, of Monsta X. So I could understand, you know. Connie says IM's rap here was really good. Ooh, okay. Biscuit says for me, I think it was definitely the time. That's fair, you know, respect. Oh, a pretty painful period. Oh, well, I'm glad. Hopefully, fingers crossed you're out of it now, Biscuit. So, very nice, very nice. All right, we will be moving on to the next one, which is Fantasia. The title track of their album Fantasia X. The MV features references to the smear campaign, the newspapers, faceless dancers, like rumors flying about reaching out to try to drag them down, etc. I didn't know they rewrote any of the lyrics to also fit, but I've always interpreted them as a reference to that. Jehuni also had taken several month hiatus for his mental health after everything, but was back for this album. The whole Fantasia X album in general is about resilience, acknowledging pain and the hardship, but overcoming them. A statement of their determined defiance as a group. To quote them, "We don't kneel and move forward." That is, you know, honestly, words to live by for sure. You know, so I respect that. That is that's powerful. So, and then Biscuit says, "Oh yeah, I mean with Wano." That's fair. Connie says, "Love this song, but the B-sides from this album are so good. One of my faves album for sure." Oh, very nice. And Sarah says, "Oh, absolutely love this song and album." Oh, okay. So this is you know, honestly, Biscuit should add this to my full album listen. Maybe I'll listen to this one since this one is highly contested. Or Connie can add this album to the contested list of album listens. I feel like that would be sick. So let's get into Fantasia. I'm curious. This has gotten some high praise already. So let's see if it holds up. Fantasia. A Fantasia. Is it Fantasia? We're not doing it like that.
내가 만드는 hop yeah always I kill fantastic that's me cause I slay top of the top my level is A 내 자신과의 싸움을 수차례 반복해 let's just make a deal 파도가 덮쳐와 날 흔들어 놔 무너뜨리고 다시 해집어놔 It goes like bam 당겨 방아쇠 무릎 꿇지 않아 꺾이지 않아 난 더 뜨겁게 타올라 멀어져봐 세게 누가 봐도 세게 막아봐 if you can Fantasia 두려움이 raising kill what I'm blazing 다시 기억해내 Fantasia Let me be a fantasy Bring it back 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 Bring it back 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 Let me be a fantasy Bring it back 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 Bring it back 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 Sir, I'm good, huh? Yo, I go loco 급이 달라 우린 take my flow I ain't 보통 나의 스타일이 니들의 motto 박자를 갈패를 들으면 우린 속도를 올려 차원이란 level Yo, who gon' stop us, who gon' stop us 저리 비켜 we gon' first 가진 게 너와 나 둘뿐이던 나 그것만이 온 세상이었던 나 It goes like bam 다시 달릴게 우릴 잊지 않아 마지막까지 나 멀어져봐 세게 누가 봐도 세게 막아봐 if you can Fantasia 두려움이 raising kill what I'm blazing 다시 기억해내 Fantasia
Oh.
나를 깨워 가득 채워 gotta get up
Love that rhythm switch.
막사림 따윈 난 anymore 좀처럼 다시 we on a roll 이게 내 운명이니까 더 뜨겁게 타올라 멀어져봐 세게 누가 봐도 세게 막아봐 if you can Fantasia 두려움이 raising kill what I'm blazing 다시 기억해내 Fantasia
Oh, that was a clean cut. Nice. All right, this was Monsta X Fantasia because I could never say anything correctly, so I might as well correct the wrong now. But this one was also so much fun. I think it's also great to have both Follow as well as Fantasia back to back because wow, energy level through the roof. I'm feeling the hype, you know what I mean? Like this was so good. I also liked the kind of like instrumentation they're using in the song. I think they're using like obviously a lot of like interesting like drumming, like certain particular types of drums. I also feel like the scale they're using I think is definitely not of the normal like major key, minor key. I feel like is, you know, definitely one of, I want to say it's pretty close to Phrygian, but I don't believe that it is. But I just love the stylization. I think it's really, really fun. I think it adds this level of like dynamicness to the song that just gives it this like more like international vibe, and I'm about that. As well as that, I feel like the vocals in the song have a lot more like punch and like dynamics to them. I think it arguably has to do a lot with more of the ensemble vocals. I think they incorporated a lot more. It almost feels like chanting in some ways, and again I think that maybe plays into like the more like drum centric sort of song. Like I feel like it almost is in that sense like tribal, a little chanty, which I think is really fun. You know, I think that's such a great element, especially with such a high energy song. I feel like you definitely are like bobbing your head and feeling the song, and I was vibing out. So I really love that as well. Vocally, I thought this was also incredible as well. I think they all sounded really great. I think again, once you get like those multiple like vocal layering and like harmonies and stuff, I feel like it just adds to that overall depth of the track. So you definitely appreciate it more in this type of song. Um, enjoyed IM's rap. I felt like this was another another really fantastic one where he again is just absolutely crushing it. Like I loved that he kind of has like this little bit of stop and go in terms of like his rap sections. I thought that was so much fun and it adds to that like suspense of the song. Um I also enjoyed Keon in the song. I feel like he again always crushes it, but I felt like in this song, like especially he was able to do a lot more like belts and like longer notes in the song that I think just add to that just fun element of the track. Um but yeah, overall, I thought this was another banger. I thought this one is, if like I said, if this is amongst your favorites, then I absolutely respect that. I feel like this is a fun vibe for sure. So, and to me, I feel like probably the best end cap to my comments on this one, if they have performed this one live, I feel like this like on like a tour or something like this one, like this song has to pop off live. Like there's, I I I can feel how electric this song must be live. So I was gonna say I could imagine this one just being absolutely earth shattering. So yeah, I feel like that's probably my final commentary on it. But overall, this one is like number two. Like I feel like these two songs I've listened to, Follow and Fantasia, I feel like those two are probably top for now, but could could be shaken potentially. So, um, let's see what we got. Biscuit says this is probably the hardest K-pop dance I've seen. They've got Kian even running across the stage. Wow, holy shit. Okay, fair enough. Um, Business I also love the drums. Connie says I sent the album on the Discord so you can check it out later. It's really good. Ooh, okay, very nice. And then Biscuit says they have performed it many times, and Connie says, "Yeah, I hope one day I can see it live." Oh, well, you will have to let us know, Connie. Hopefully, Monsta X will be back to touring. I would imagine we would probably, my partner and I would probably go see them. So, because that would be sick. But very nice, very nice. We we'll move it on. We have the next one, which is Love Killa, the title track of their third album, Fatal Love. Love Killa was intentionally proposed by their AR as a B-side, but the members chose it to be the title, the song, then going on to become another of their most well-known hits. In the music video, the members portray pop culture villains or anti-heroes. Try to guess if you want. Ooh, okay. Okay. Biscuit says, "I wish I could go to KCON." Are they playing at KCON this year? I didn't see them, or was it a previous year? I've been kind of keeping my eye on it. That's why. That's why I was shocked. Oh my god, they are! Holy shit. Okay. Sarah says, "I want to go to KCON so bad." To day 2, I think. Okay. I'm just looking. I don't, not that I don't trust you, Biscuit. That would make sense though. They are. You are right. August 2nd. Wow. Holy shit. That's a crazy day. That's not to jump off topic, but that's like we have Espa, Choi Hyo Jung, Isna, uh JO1, Monsta X, M-Mix, Roy Kim, and Yuki from, I believe Yuki from G Idol or Idol now. So that's crazy. That's a great lineup. I would I would just go for that. That sounds like a sick, that sounds like a sick day. Um, let's see, day 2. I think. Guggy says I heard Kids of Life isn't going to KCON LA anymore, but I completely understand why. Yep, I also I called that from a mile away. They would have like just from a PR standpoint. I mean, they have this shit planned out probably like at least. I want to say they at least have it planned. I would say at the shortest amount of time, maybe 6 months. So they already had the lineup already. So that would have been, that makes sense. But you know, it happens. Kepler did replace them. Yeah, I did see that. I thought that was good. So good for Kepler. Glad they're on there. Sarah says KidCon just watching everything happen and is like, no, yeah, that is true. I feel like that's such a big draw for them, but like also understandably, like bad press is probably not a good option to be in the camp of, especially when you have a very large like festival. I don't know. It would be a PR nightmare if they kept them on, honestly. So it makes sense. But anywho, we are getting into Love Killa next, which very excited. Let's check this one out as well.
Got room for one more.
Oh, I'm sorry, did I make you anxious?
오묘하게 움직여 like 숨죽여 먹잇감을 사냥하 반복되는 기상 소군인 비상 빨간 사이렌도 꺼 이제 너와 나 감각 따윈 없어 no more pain 어차피 너와 나는 love oh hey 미친 듯이 원하고 증오해 I'm a slay, I'm a chill, I'm a kill 지금부터가 반전 트리거에 땡겨 우린 전부 psycho 반쯤은 나 미쳐 모든 걸 다 던져 Get your butt 나 take a shot take a shot 감정은 없어 Check him out 나 take a shot 충분해 잔인하고 아름다운 love killer 아름다운 love killer 아름다운 love killer 아름다운 love killer
아주 드러난 That's right You look in my eyes Straight into my eyes And just say I want you eat me like a main dish 뜨거워 데일 때 hot dish It ain't cliché 뻔한 겸을 pass it 난 좀 더 자극적인 걸 원해 hot
더 날카롭게 갈기 세워 I'm a savage your love is rare
가뿐히 널 만족시키지 넌 비슷하지도 I'm a slay, I'm a chill, I'm a kill
지금부터가 반전 트리거에 땡겨 우린 전부 psycho 환상적인 fighter
모든 걸 다 던져 Get your butt 나 take a shot 감정은 없어 Check him out 나 take a shot
충분해 잔인하고 아름다운 love killer 아름다운 love killer 아름다운 love killer
서로를 향해 가는 순간 빠져들어나
알다시피 우린 절대 서로 놓지 못해 이런 사람 판단할 수 있는 사람 You know that
넌 언제나 Get your butt 난 그것도 나쁘진 않아 감정은 없어 Check him out 자 이따가는 뭐야
잔인하고 아름다운 love killer 아름다운 love killer love killer
서로를 향해 가는 순간
잔인하고 아름다운 love killer 아름다운 love killer 아름다운 love killer
아주 드러난 Hush I'ma take you down
Oh, I'm sorry, did I make you anxious?
All right, very cool. This was Monsta X Love Killa if you're hanging out. I noticed a few of them, but I don't know if I could get all of them. I'm 99.9% sure that Jehuni was Heath Ledger's the Joker. I can't tell what I want to say. Man, I'm trying to think. I was going to say the best Joker, arguably 100%. Minhyuk, I feel like I want to say it was either my first instinct was Donnie Darko, but I also think it might have been or I was either saying Donnie Darko or Dexter. Those were the two that I was thinking of, but I almost wanted to lean more towards Donnie Darko. And then I believe that Hyungwon was Brad Pitt's character in Fight Club. I want to say that those were the three that I knew pretty American Psycho. Okay, I was gonna say Dexter was like okay. And that other than that, the other Shonu, I had no idea. Kion, I don't know who Kion was. I thought potentially it was. I don't know. I wanted to say it was like because he was in a car. I thought he was okay. He's the driver from Drive. That was. I was gonna say like a Fast and Furious character, but that's incorrect. So, okay. I was a little close. I feel like I got to get my pop culture knowledge up a little bit, so I'll have to check out some of these movies now. Biscuit is Jehuni is the Joker. Minyuk is Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. That was okay. So I get Donnie Darko and American Psycho mixed up, but that was the one that I was thinking of. So just couldn't place the name here. I am is the driver from Drive. I still haven't seen Drive. Keon is Hannibal Lecter. Okay, that makes sense. Shonu is Agent 47 from Hitman. Very nice. And Hyunwon is Tyler Durden from Fight Club. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. Biscuit says, I haven't seen Drive or Hitman. Didn't know those either. Very interesting. Very interesting. Cookie says, time to binge watch movies. Yeah, definitely. And Sarah says, wait, Kyun is Hannibal Lecter. Now I got to see him. Okay, let me see. I'll go to... I would have never picked that up. If you had told me this is Hannibal Lecter, I would have probably never... Like, it just feels like it just feels like a very generic, like, I'm in prison. So that's I get what they're going for now that I know what it is, but I feel like that one was tough. I don't know if I feel like I could have eventually maybe come down to like show news potentially or potentially IMs, but kind of in a similar ballpark, but not close. And Connie says, I only know the Joker. That's fair. And Jazz said same. Sarah says, oh, the giant cage and the straight jacket. They just couldn't do the mask because otherwise you can't see his pretty fit. Okay, well, that would also checks. But hey, whatever. I'm here to nitpick. It is what it is. But song itself was solid. The synth is very interesting. I feel like Uni absolutely nailed it on the head. They said that the synth pattern makes me think of Inspector Gadget. That reminds me of my childhood. So I see you. So yeah, that was like until I saw that comment, I was like, nope, that makes 1,000% sense. But overall, I thought the song was very nice. Like I didn't think it was like I said, it's not doing anything crazy. I feel like this song probably suffers from the I just listened to two really fantastic songs and I don't want to discredit this track for not being as on that level. But I feel like it is solid. Like the vocals, like that synth is really got a great hook and it's got a great catch. And I feel like vocally they had a good time like having some really interesting like melody choices and stuff. So I definitely like that. I think a lot of your focal point obviously is to try to figure out like if again since they're playing like characters that are like anti-heroes slash pop culture villains, I feel like if you know that instinctually, you may tune out some of the music and really try to focus in on who they're portraying. But I feel like this song was just really, really solid. Like I said, I don't have any negativity towards the song, but it's definitely one of those songs that I'm like, it gets the job done. It isn't like breaking new ground, but I think it shows off Monsta X pretty well. And again, like the different shots that they used in this MV. So very cool, very cool. Biscuit says I've never seen it. Ooh, okay. It's like a cartoon. I want to say and Uni can maybe correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know when they watched it, but I want to say it was probably like maybe late 90s, like early 2000s would be like probably the time frame for Inspector Gadget. Maybe a little bit older, but But yeah, I remember that. So that was like the nostalgia was kicking for that for sure for me. But yeah, overall, not a bad song. That was solid. Late 80s. Okay. Biscuit says maybe because I didn't have cable. Oh, could be the truth. Thank you, Gunky. Um, we're gonna keep it moving then. The next one is Nobody Else, a B-side off of Fatal Love. This is the first song on the album produced by Hyun Wong. He had released a few other songs as a DJ. Okay. His DJ name is H1. That is cool. That's cool. But no group songs. Hyunwon typically works in a team of Justin Oh and Jentine Anika Heiji. Very interesting. Okay. And Kunky says, how about 1982? LOL. 1982 to 1987. Okay. Way off. I remember watching it as a kid, so that's probably why I thought it came out during that time frame. So that would check. That would check out. But all right. Well, let's get into Nobody Else. I'm curious how this one's gonna be.
해는 지고 다른 밝아 여전히 습한 공기 타간 느낌 of the flow 마냥 길을 걷다 보면 보일까 잠깐 멈춰 뒤를 돌아 다시 너의 짙은 향기 짙은 호흡 classic classic come I don't wanna ever let you go 나의 급한 호흡 빠른 rhythm of as they come show me how you treat me here we go I don't need nobody else 있는 그대로도 충분해 I don't wanna kiss and tell baby 그냥 나를 감싸줘 I just wanna show you love I need your love I don't wanna kiss and tell no nothing compares to you This knowledge it is from the vibe Singing up you just made me dive in 짙은 향기 취한 듯이 깊이 중독된 듯이 I want you to love me like I do 원망하다 그리운 네 품 지나가는 너 향기 나를 내게 더욱 faded Don't you wanna desire me Why don't you just take me I want you to love me like I do 짙은 향기 짙은 호흡 classic classic come I don't wanna ever let you go 나의 급한 호흡 빠른 rhythm rough as they come Show me how you treat me then we go I don't need nobody else no 있는 그대로도 충분해 I don't wanna kiss and tell baby 그냥 나를 감싸줘 I just wanna show you love I need your love I don't wanna kiss and tell no nothing compares to you 거리를 좁혀 웃는 나 어디로든 널 웃는 나 Whatever you want 웃는 나
Nice bridge.
거리를 좁혀 웃는 나 어디로든 널 웃는 나 Whatever you want 웃는 나 있는 그대로도 충분해 I don't wanna kiss and tell baby 그냥 나를 감싸줘 I just wanna show you love I need your love I don't wanna kiss and tell no nothing compares to you nothing compares to you nothing compares to you
Very nice. This was Monsta X, Nobody Else. Thanks for hanging. Connie says, oh wait, Udi, to comment on the Inspector Gadget from earlier, it was played a lot in the 90s though. When I watched it, I was gonna say that's same wavelength, probably same time frame too, I'd imagine. But Connie says, oh, this song is so good. Biscuit says, I like that oscillating a synth I'm obsessed with. and the strings. Yeah, the strings were cool. I like that switch up in that bridge. I think that was probably my favorite part of the song. Um, but I thought this was really dynamic. Like, there's a lot of like push and pull in this song, and I think maybe it has a lot to do with like again his knowledge of like DJing, because I feel like a lot of DJs kind of have that more like I don't know. They have a very interesting filter in terms of not only I think their musical knowledge, but I feel like this song has a lot of cool filtering going on in it, which I think you would typically hear from that sort of genre. So I love that. Um, I also love like kind of like the different backs and forths with each member in this. Like I feel like you got really good moments of everybody like showing off what they're good with. Like Jehuni was doing some like singing, which I thought was really fun. Like obviously I had heard it at the tail end with some of the English material, but it was really nice to hear like it was really nice to hear kind of again his vocal um shine in the song, especially in that bridge section. It was really interesting, and I think he's got a really fun, he's got a really fun like vocal, like rhythm to it. So I appreciate that a lot. I also really kind of like the combination between, like I believe it was Hyungwon first, then it went to Kian, then I think Hyunwon, and then Jehuni, and then Jehuni and Kian. So I thought it was really interesting how they like framed it all. I thought like again, you got little spurts of each one, and then like even that one section where Shonu is doing most of the song, and then you had obviously Kian do like that little like that little vocal run, and then obviously it goes back to Shonu. I thought that was really interesting. And obviously just seeing them all on the screen, like pop and all that sort of stuff, I thought that was really interesting. But overall, I thought this song was phenomenal. Definitely something that I would listen to, kind of giving like electro, I don't know, like electronic, like R&B type vibes. Definitely appreciate that a lot. Just because a lot of artists that I listen to kind of fall into that space. So, great song. This is definitely like a super fun B-side, and I think it shows off again more of that R&B side that Biscuit had alluded to before. So, let's see what we got here. Uni says really interesting soundscapes in the song. I agree. Biscuit says I'm very proud of his journey. He's the picture of perseverance. Auditioned totally around 90 times to produce for multiple groups. Holy shit. And then Connie says the song gives the same feeling of some Chase Atlantic and the Weekend songs. I love it. I was gonna say Chase Atlantic shout outs, they're great. And the Weekend, yeah, definitely. Again, I would say maybe like the weekend stuff. Like I wouldn't say more current, but I would absolutely agree with that for sure. And then business is also fun fact. Hyunwang and Jehuni shared during a Rolling Stones interview of all places that this song was partially made while they were dancing together in their underwear in in the living room. I was gonna say very interesting fact. But it feels based off of what I know about Monsta X, it kind of tracks. So definitely interesting. What of does not detract from my love of this song is just an interesting factoid about it. So very nice, very nice. All right. We are moving on to the next one, which is Gambler. Basically says here we start to hit the titles Jehuni's produced. Gambler is the title of their album One of a Kind. Initially there was another song put forth as a possible title by A&R, but the members did not like it, especially Minhyuk. He told their vice president that he didn't know what they were thinking with that song, and he'd rather just not have it come back if it was chosen. Holy shit. Baller move right there. Big cojones. We love it. He told the VIP to listen to this song Jehuni was working on, and when it came time to vote, Gambler was chosen as the title track. Jehuni said he was impressed by movies like Ocean's 11 and James Bond. Shonu is in the video, but the album was not in promotions because he had a renal detachment. What the dear Jesus. That's oof. That's rough. But I'm not even gonna read that. I don't know if it's TOS safe here, but all right. Well, let's get into Gambler. Hopefully his renal detachment is okay. So I would imagine now, but still rough. But let's get into Gambler. Retinol. Sorry, I can't fucking read tonight. God. Still sucks. Go to school, kids. Go to school. If you're in school, don't be me.
If you don't know, now you know. Okay,
오묘한 기류 끈적이는 눈빛. Oh yeah, I like that.
모든 걸 betting해 내 맘을 빼앗아 너. What you want?
Listen, I said it with confidence. That's what matters.
I
don't know what's worse.
간지러운 불장난 I want something deeper 이라미 강한 끌림이 와 아직은 알 수 없어 널 perfect 또 다른 느낌이 와 어둠에 감춰 너 on my heart is beating now
So sweet 한 네 미소 속에 난 빠져들어 널 트리게 난 홀려
널 밀어내려 해봐도 널 잊어보려 해봐도 흔들리는 네 맘 calling me now
Zero, zero, lucky My suit is black, my suit is fresh Open my pack, let me show how I bang 어린애라면 다 이기는 game 벌리는 대로 파는 이미 rain What you do, what you do They don't know what you do
널 손에 잡은 채 난 poker face
I'm a handsome, some up my knee I've got a basketball on my team 주머니에 흘러넘쳐나는 sea No 얼띠 내려로 언제나 깔끔하게 바뀌는 나의 fee
나의 센스아시 날 따라오는 수식어 Old time season 맛은 허 맥시멈 물을 입다 못해 떨어지네 뚝뚝 Heart SF
So sweet 한 입맞춤 속에 더 빠져들어 널 트리게 난 홀려
날 멈추려고 해봐도 널 벗어나려 해봐도 흔들리는 네 맘 calling me now
Zero, zero, lucky My suit is black, my suit is fresh Open my pack, let me show how I bang 어린애라면 다 이기는 game 벌리는 대로 파는 이미 rain What you do, what you do They don't know what you do 내 손에 잡은 채 난 poker face Things Hold up
Ooh. Great harmonies.
이제 알아냈어 널 perfect 바란 순간에 날 걸리게 만든 새빨간 liquid 심장을 걸어놓고 한순간 다 뺏게 되고 이제 걸린 내 맘 killing me now baby Show me something girl you wanna be like
Suit is black, my suit is fresh
Open my path let me show how bad
You don't know how to take me yet Cause love is a gamble Just I wanna
I like
say,
guitar solo. Nice.
If you don't know, now you know Deal
All right, very nice. This was Monsta X, Gambler, just like I took a gamble in saying renal when I meant retinol. So, sorry, that was poor joke. Anyway, this was very interesting. I will probably have to give this one more of a listen. I thought this one was pretty solid. Like, I feel very similarly to Love Killa. Like, it's a really well written song. I just feel like maybe this one just isn't hitting me the way I feel like maybe it should. But I thought this was very interesting. Like, the the like really interesting synth. I feel like it's got a great movement to it. It reminds me a lot of like the like synth wave in some sort of perspective. So I definitely appreciate that a lot. Um I think it's got good movement. I think it keeps the song kind of progressing in that way. But I also thought that I don't know, the song has like a really strong amount of dynamics, but at the same time, like I'm kind of expecting more like movement to the track, and that's kind of where I got it in the bridge. That's why I appreciate this bridge in this song that so much, because I think it really makes the song feel more dynamically pleasing. Um, but I do think that the like that just kind of again that like the way that the synth kind of bangs along in the song is like it. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more, and I don't feel like maybe I got to that point yet. But I think the song itself was really cool, especially that ending portion. I thought like the bridge and like the final chorus were probably the best parts of the song. I just love the way like that they shaped that bridge, and then the final chorus having like Jehuni doing like some like Michael Jackson like, you know, like a little bit of rasp, like hitting those really high notes, and then Keon obviously popping off as well. You had to hear like a really insane like guitar leads and stuff at the end. I just think it made the song feel like, even though they kept the same like baseline like synth choices, I feel like towards the end it just really added to the like over dimension of the song. So overall, I think like slow start for me, but I think by the end of it, I was like, I definitely appreciate some you know, some good amounts of this song. Element wise, it just to me it was like just middle of the road. You know what I mean? Maybe slightly above middle of the road for me, but you know, hey, if you love Gambler, this is your favorite song. Awesome. I'm glad you like this one. But everyone's dying that I messed up the word retinol. We'd love to see it. Hey, listen, if I can't make insightful commentary, I'd like to at least know I could make a mess up that turns into a good joke. So Connie says the bridge of the song is absolutely the best part. I absolutely love the bridge. I was gonna say agreed. Gunky says sucks, but I just about died laughing because of you, Brandon. I appreciate it. You know, the jokes be flowing tonight. They're writing themselves, but Biscuit says it's okay, it happens to us all. Sarah says Shono is damn near blind just in general. I think, hey, you know, listen, I feel that that's a vibe, you know, considering I can't even read a relatively sized the Word document on the side of my computer screen. Maybe I should like turn my screen a little bit better and peek over. But Biscuit says they do a blind test with songs and then vote, but they've said that blind tests aren't that useful for member songs, especially Jehuni, who also normally does his own guide. Wow, okay. But they can be pretty blunt with each other and don't choose tracks just because it's a member song. Ooh, okay. I mean, I feel like there is some like obviously democracy in that, and I appreciate it, because it's like you know you have to write a damn good song regardless of whether or not it's, you know, whether or not it is a member song or not. Like, it just has to be a good song. So I think it keeps the bar high, and I respect that, because I think if you're a group and you always want to put out the best that you can put out, then I feel like that does incentivize like members, not only members, but also producers for the group to just put out the material that they can do. So, Uni said, at least you didn't say rectal. I was going to say there was a thought flowing in the brain to say that, and I probably not say that. So, Gunky says, Brandon, you are now no longer allowed to say renal. That's, hey, fair. You will no longer live this down. Listen, that's fair, but I feel like if anything, I pray to God it does not get taken out of context, you know, by anybody. But Biscuit says Jehuni has also written and produced for other groups like Gravity, Boyfriend, DKB, and was A&R on some of IM's albums. Oh wow. Hyungwon was also in AB6X, 6IX, excuse me, and Vanner, part of Gatorade commercials plus his own project as a DJs. Ooh. And Sarah says, take things out of context. We'd never. Listen, I hold you guys to a high standard, so. But anyway, we're going to keep it moving before I put my foot in my mouth again. We are moving on to track. We're 27 on the list here. The next one is Kiss or Death. This is one of their Universe releases. It's very popular with fans, and a lot of people wish it had been a comeback title. Ooh, wow. It was also thought that they had stopped their time travel storyline, but it seemed to have continued in this MV, as well as some trailers for the previous Fantasia X album. Ooh, so they did continue on with the time travel. That's interesting. All right. Well, let's get into Kiss or Death then.
Okay, let's go. 분위긴 위기. Oh my god, you're so hard. 네가 던지는 미끼에 물어버렸어. Wow. Kiss or death. No kiss and death. Hope 날 살리는 건 너의 뻔뻔. 미쳐 돌아버릴 걸린 한숨 가리는 눈빛이 같은 말을 반복하게 그냥 정신난망하니 어쩜 난 내게 incomplete. You pretty savage, oh I see. 난 the one and only, please. You come surprise me, Hurricane. 난에 덮치듯 한순간에 이끌린 너란 꿈. 널 찾아 헤맨 끝에 눈앞에 빛이 나는 wave 속으로 뛰어들게. 멈췄다 잡혀 그 모든 게 너라면 타입은 과거와 미래 내겐 가쁜 너란 우주 속에 dive. 분명히 거부 못해 kiss or death. Baby let me take a breath. Or stay. 너를 끝도 없이 숨을 불어 너 심장이 뜨거워. 하나부터 너로 다시 깨어나는 건가. 낯선 차원의 끝에서 헤어날 수 없어 baby. 파고들었던 심장을 태워 잡을 수 없이 계속 몰아치는 건가. Kiss or death. 아이 꽉감해져버린 우리 사이 감각은 또 다시 다 깨어버린 이 입술로 try 너의 세계로 날 데려가. 비스듬히 바라본 나의 shining that star 끝도 없이 빠지는 경로 내게 방황. Hurricane 집어삼킬 듯 한순간에 이미 날 맡긴 후 널 찾아 헤맨 끝에 눈앞에 빛이 나는 wave 속으로 뛰어들게. 멈췄다 잡혀 그 모든 게 너라면 타입은 과거와 미래 내겐 가쁜 너란 우주 속에 dive. 분명히 거부 못해 kiss or death. Baby let me take a breath. Or stay. 너를 끝도 없이 숨을 불어 너 심장이 뜨거워. 하나부터 너로 다시 깨어나는 건가. 낯선 차원의 끝에서 헤어날 수 없어 baby. 파고들었던 심장을 태워 잡을 수 없이 계속 몰아치는 건가. Every day, anywhere. 1, 2, 3, can you hear me? 손끝에 닿는 게 흩어져버려 자꾸 애타게 해. Every day, anywhere. 네가 없이 숨을 쉴 수 없어 baby. Love is pain, stay with me. 너를 향한 낯선 감각. 분명히 거부 못해 kiss or death. Baby let me take a breath.
Ooh.
Or stay. 너를 끝도 없이 숨을
They switch it up?
심장이 뜨거워. 하나부터 너로 다시 깨어나는 건가. 낯선 차원의 끝에서 헤어날 수 없어 baby. 파고들었던 심장을 태워 잡을 수 없이 계속 몰아치는 건가. 머리부터 발끝까지 깨어나는 건가.
Oh. Very nice. This was Monsta X's Kiss or Death. This one was great. I feel like we're back on the energy train, no pun intended. This was so good. Really like the instrumentation of this song. I think they do well with that like really driving like synth sound, which I think again, I know a lot of groups use it well, but I feel like Monsta X just kind of they know what to do. They're cooking. So I appreciate that a lot. This song really kind of shows off like the little bits of like beautiful nuance in this song. So I really appreciate that a ton. As well as that, I really love the hook in that chorus. I feel like, you know, the way that they like style like Kiss or Death, I think was so much fun. It's got that like earworm quality to it that I feel like, you know, you'll be humming along to either the melody or you'll be, you know, singing along to the chorus. And so I feel like it does have that, you know, it has that staying power, which I think is always really fun. Gotta give a shout out to my man Jahuni in this song. I feel like the rap in this section was so good, especially I would say like the second verse I think he was in was just so good. Like his rap speed was so impressive in the song. I think he just obviously drives with such delivery. And I feel like this song obviously is very representative of, you know, the way that he is normally. So I love that. And then followed up by I Am. I thought I Am's verse was also very good too. So I liked both of them a lot. As well as that vocally, I think there wasn't really, I think they were all really good. I feel like in the bridge section, I definitely picked out some bits of like Shonu, and I again love his vocal tone, so it's definitely something easy to point out. But really like that a lot, and I also enjoyed Minyuk's vocals. I feel like that was someone that stood out to me a little bit more. So really great stuff. I thought this was another really like good banger song. I think this one really again crushed it in terms of what I feel like they're capable of doing. So definitely appreciate that a lot. As well as that, we have some comments. Let's see what we got. Connie says, I love this song. Shonu's part is my fave. Also, Jahuni's rap. Nice. Sarah says, good thing about time travel is you can do it at any time. Oh, God. I don't know if that was meant to be a dad joke, but it came across as that way. So I was reading it in the dad joke construction. Biscuit says, I think Minyuk's part in the bridge might be my favorite. Also true. Biscuit also says it's not on the playlist, but I really like their other universe song, If With You Too. Ooh, okay. And Connie says, I love that song too. And then Sarah says, I need to get my job back from y'all stealing it. The jokes must continue. Hey, the jokes are ever flowing here in chat, so I respect it. So we are moving on. The next one is Rush Hour. Another one produced by Jahuni. It is the title of their mini album, No Limit. Shonu was enlisted by then, so he was not a part of the next few titles, though last week they released an album of many re-recording songs that now include him as well. Oh, nice. Unfortunately, there aren't any videos for those, though. For Rush Hour, Jahuni said that he wanted to do somewhat trespass-inspired song. Ooh, okay. Nice. Also, shout outs to like one of my favorite movies of all time, Rush Hour. So let's get into it.
Eat this.
All right.
한번 보고 달린 old backpack 짜릿한 경쟁은 언제나 의심 없이 no cap cap 이건 나의 reality 불가능은 없어 ability 뒤에 가려진
duality 재단보다 장식품 퀄리티
Push it to the limit push your body 뛰시 bye bye yeah Rush it to the finish 끝까지 더 bye bye yeah Let's go
턱 밀어붙여 the middle 널 향해 pedal to the metal
혼자만 이 세상의 게임 여기 끝없이 냉정한 battle Don't stop what you're feeling 시동 거르자 baby 날 따른 내 speed limit 뜨거운 집에 Gotta run to the top Run to the top
Now baby go dash we roll dash we roll dash we roll
Dash it all dash it all Baby we're just getting started
밀린 도시 위기에 발버함만 보고 달려노 backpack 짜릿한 경쟁은 언제나 의심 없이 no cap cap Get down whoa. Get down whoa.
Oh, I like that little like drum section. Nice.
Come on No cap 여기 누이 new era 잊었다 하면 돌아오는 boom mirror We fly high 경쟁자를 너무 작게 보이지 불필요한 fighting Hate to spend time when you're fighting 대대 hesitate when I'm coming 볼 필요조차 없는 그대의 기믹 있는 것들이 더 하지 우리끼리 I ain't got no limit 미친 듯이 그냥 bye bye yeah Now it's time to kill it 끝까지 그 생기 bye bye yeah Let's go
턱 밀어붙여 the middle 널 향해 pedal to the metal
복잡한 이 혼돈 속에 날다른 듯 speed limit 짙어지는 배 Gotta run to the top Run to the top
Now baby go dash we roll dash we roll dash we roll
Dash it all dash it all Baby we're just getting started now
Wild and red zone 이미 거부하는 red ocean 정글 같은 도시 속 빠르게 때려서 speed zone
한계를 넘어 더 속도를 올려 보이지 않는 님들은 bypass What's good to the way 이곳은 너무 좁기에 더 넓은 곳을 향해 move it
Eat this
시작된 no limit 다 부셔버리지 우리 run to the top we shoot it all with anyone
Now baby go dash we roll dash we roll dash we roll
Dash it all dash it all baby we're just getting started
밀린
now
도시 위기에 발버함만 보고 달려노 backpack 짜릿한 경쟁은 언제나 의심 없이 no cap cap Get down whoa. Get down whoa, whoa. Get down whoa, whoa.
rush hour
All right. All right. Okay. This was Monsta X Rush Hour. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Very, very cool. God. Guggy says, for a minute, I thought they said renal dash and everyone is dying. Biscuit says, Guggy can't stop thinking about it. Obviously. Listen, that's going to be the joke. Should be the joke of the evening tonight. So, my God. Man, this one was fun. I also really enjoyed this song. Just really catchy. Like, I didn't know how this. I didn't think this song was gonna be as catchy as it was, honestly. But just the beat of the song and like the hook. I feel like the hook on the song was also really good. Really catchy. I love the different instrument usage in the song. Like again, I feel like there is just a level of dynamics to the song that I really appreciate. It was kind of similarly to how I liked Fantasia. I feel like this one, in a similar sort of fashion, I think adds to like this really cool like dynamic. I love like the stomping and like the clapping and like the drumming section. Like they had that like little drum roll bit, as well as that like the whistling. There's a lot of things texturally in this song that I think really add to the the overall vibe of the song. So I love that. Obviously I miss Shonu. He's my bias, so I feel like there is someone missing in this group. But I will say I'm always so impressed when, especially for guys groups, because I know girls groups don't really have anybody that goes into the military, but I'm always curious how groups kind of like do things if they lose a member, or like, obviously a member has to go serve their military service. So I'm always curious how they kind of reformulate some of these songs or like arrange them. But I think they did a fantastic job. Like, there's definitely some more moments where like there is people that stood out to me a little bit more that I appreciate. Like, I really, really liked Minhyuk's parts. I feel like Hyungwon also stood out a ton in this song. So I wanted to give a shout out to both of them. They crushed it. I obviously, I love Kihyun. He was doing some really great pop-off moments, especially closer to the end. And, that was great. But I feel like, to me, the two people that kind of stole the show a little bit in the song, and maybe because the song was maybe a little bit more heavy-handed in their direction, but Jehuni and I feel like just dynamically were so good in this song. And I feel like that's what kind of like kept me in. Not that the song was bad and had to keep me in, but just like I was just like, damn, I was really vibing with their rap sections, and they're very encapsulating. So I feel like it does a great job of the vibes there. So, I love this a lot. This was definitely, this one surprised me. So I thought this was cool. Sarah says, I think Gunky is worried Brandon will steal his kidneys. I listen. As someone who doesn't drink, I feel like I'm not gonna be stealing anybody's kidneys. If anything, I think people probably be stealing my kidneys. But Biscuit says Jehuni also did the beatbox in here. Oh, very cool. That's actually really sick. Would have never got that. Uni says, it's been a minute since I've seen Rush Hour movies. I'm due for a rewatch. Buddy Cop at its finest. I agree. I love that movie. Big vibes. I did hear through the grapevine that they potentially would make a fourth movie, but I don't know. I don't know if they will, just because I know Jackie Chan's old, and obviously Chris Tucker is getting older, so don't know. Maybe they should. I mean, I don't want to reboot, but if it were to happen, I wouldn't be surprised. So, let's see. Biscuit says he's the drummer too. He's done the drums on some tracks. Oh, cool. Cookie says, good. I got good kidneys since I don't drink. And I says, that's the liver. Oh, I also said the same thing. So, Kaylee says, should add to the bingo board, Brandon steals kidneys. He says, yeah, I don't know if it had the same magic at this point. That, and also, like, I don't know if people are like, a little bit too PC, because I've rewatched them. I rewatched all three movies recently, and they're not, they're not there. So I feel like Gunky says, don't bring facts into this. Oh my god, we're having an all-out war today. So Sarah says, I have bad kidneys anyway, so what do I know? We are doing a tell-all tonight. Anyway, God, this is great. From one mess up, y'all can come together. I love it. Love the vibes. But anyway, we are keeping it moving here. The next one is Ride With You. This is a B-side off of No Limit. Also, I want to circle back with one more comment. I know Biscuit says Jehuni wanted to do somewhat of a Trespass-inspired song. I can hear it. I feel like it is, I feel like there are definitely moments in that song where I kind of, could harken back to that moment. So I think he did a good job of making it still feel fresh, but not obviously, showing homage to, one of their songs. So I think it was a good combination of both. So very nice. And he says, I feel you. Sarah and Gunky are duking it out again, and love to see it. And Kaylee says, single brain cell working today. Facts, big facts. So anyway, let's get with Ride With You. So check it out.
황홀한 이 밤에 한계 없는 속도를 지켜 엔진은 과열 중 숨막히는 긴장 그 속에 빠져 멈추는 건 내가 원치 않는
자 너가 원하는 곳 가자 내가 원하는 거 네가 이끄는 곳 이제 전방 출시 향기로
스릴은 언제라도 환영하지 하이웨이 위로 펼쳐진 속엔 Only you and me tonight 더 달려
올라타봐 come on in 빠져들어 Free loving 적막한 밤을 깨워 zero to honey
울려 퍼진 심포니 바람 속에 짜릿해진 떨림
나와 함께면 난 뭐든 좋아 길게 뻗은 거리 ride with you 턱턱턱 어디까지 원해 밤을 넘어 너의 막까지 Love 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 선명해진 소리 그려지는 모든 것들 속에서 run away
짙어진 어둠 속에 빛이 된 너 느려 보여도 한 줄기 headlight
Guess you know 이 성을 이룬 난 이미 out of control Losing my mind 정도란 건 없어 솟구치는 충동을 내버려둬
손을
Ooh,
넘어 내게
what a
과속을
beautiful
해
run.
속도 제한 없는 나는 주체를 못해 I'm good I'm down for it You wanna ride with me 스릴은 언제라도 환영하지 하이웨이 위로 펼쳐진 속엔 Only you and me tonight 더 달려
올라타봐 come on in 빠져들어 free loving 적막한 밤을 깨워 zero to one
울려 퍼진 심포니 바람 속에 짜릿해진 떨림
너와 함께면 난 뭐든 좋아 길게 뻗은 거리 ride with you 턱턱턱 어디까지 원해 밤을 넘어 너의 맘끝까지 Love 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 선명해진 소리 그려지는 모든 것들 속에서 run away 턱턱턱턱 어디까지 원해 밤을 넘어 너의 맘끝까지 Love 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 선명해진 소리
그려지는 모든 것들 속에서 run away
볼륨을 올려 황홀함이 내게 몰려
어디까지 가고 싶은지 내게 말해 I'll take you dancing baby
넘어
여긴 오직 너와 나와 단둘뿐 Let's go right tonight Hey 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 올라타봐
Come on and 빠져들어 really love 점점 가까워져 널 향한 맘이
울려 퍼진 심포니 바람 속에 짜릿해진 떨림
너와 함께면 난 뭐든 좋아 길게 뻗은 거리 ride with you 턱턱턱 어디까지 원해 밤을 넘어 너의 맘끝까지 Love 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 선명해진 소리 그려지는 모든 것들 속에서 run away
턱턱턱턱 어디까지 원해 밤을 넘어 너의 맘까지 Love 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 선명해진 소리 너를 데려갈게 새로운 곳에 run away
Ooh. All right, all right. This was Monsta X Ride With You. If you are here for the Monsta X Deep Dive Part 2, thanks for chilling. Thanks for hanging. This one is like what I love, that like electronic, funky pop type vibe, given a little bit of 80s pop inspired, you know. Great stuff. I feel like the instrumental was really flawless. I loved it. Shout out to whoever was playing the bass on the song. I think they had a lot of cool movement options that didn't just keep with like that same sort of like bass riff. I think they really kind of put a little extra flavor, a little extra flair on it. So you love to see it. But this song was great. The hook on this was so much fun. I think the chorus in this track was also pretty damn flawless to me. But I gotta give a shout out to the beginning of the song. The song starts off, if I'm not mistaken, with like I.M doing some singing at the beginning. I love that. He's got a really like interesting vocal tone. I feel like we haven't heard it as much. Obviously we heard him do some in the English, but English songs that we covered in part 1, but it was just so good. I was genuinely taken a little bit back by it, but I think he's got really gorgeous voice. So hopefully as we get into more songs from them, would love to, hopefully he gets an opportunity to be able to highlight it a little bit more. If anything, hopefully he gets to highlight it even more so in his solo material. But want to give him a salute, because man, is he, he's playing all the bases here. So I really like that. And then followed up by Hyungwon. Like, he's got such a good voice, and I feel like now, since like obviously Shonu being in the military, I feel like he's got such a great like he's got such a like tender vocal, but like it sticks out in a song like this more. So I really like that a lot. He just gets to play with like a little bit more of the R&B side of things to his vocals, so I really like that a lot. Obviously, Jihoon was great, both I think in the rapping as well as his singing. I think his singing is really good. I love that again he gets to highlight it more in the B sides in Monsta X's material, so that was great. Minhyuk was great. I feel like Minhyuk again was something I was like, again, I feel like I've been sleeping on Minhyuk, and I feel like I shouldn't, because he's like an extremely competent vocalist, and I know that sounds kind of slightly like a diss, and I don't mean it to be. Like, I feel like he's just like the tried and true. He's like, you know, the old reliable. You know what I mean? Like, he's got such a great vocals, and like I think the reason why like maybe don't point him out as much is just because like I know his vocals have always been very solid, and so I feel like he just continues on with that like solid trend. So that is not to detract from his musical prowess. I think he's again an insane vocalist, but I feel like again he's the slow burn for me. He's like one of the, I feel like he might be the bias record potentially, but like he's got that slow burn very similarly to Hyungwon. I feel like those two definitely, like, to me, are those ones that are like they're slowly cooking in the back of my head of like, wow, they're a talented vocalist as well. Kihyun, I feel like I give him so much praise, but again, he continues to show why he is a very, 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 very competent vocalist. I love his, like, again, his belts are just like, I feel like his belts are really truly why I'm like, damn, like he's good. He's damn good. You know what I mean? Like they just punch with such like aggression, and he's got such a good like dynamic to his vocals that I think really make certain parts of his vocals like shine more in the track. So he really knows how to play with those dynamics so well. But this one, I think all of them absolutely crushed it. I think this is like, definitely one of those songs that is amongst my favorites for sure. I just love the way it's written, and definitely something in my lane of space here. So love to see it. But Biscuit said, yes, I am. His voice is pretty. Then followed it up, says more in B-sides, but he sings a lot more now. I did notice that, which is great. Like, as we've kind of progressed more into their catalog, it's been cool to see him be a little bit more comfortable with that. Biscuit says that this is one of the ones they re-recorded with Shonu too. Very nice. And then bias record. Very nice, very nice. Connie says, I love Jihoon's voice here. I agree. Jihoon putting in that work. You love to see it. So very nice, very nice. We are keeping it moving here. The next one on the list is Love, the third title produced by Jihoon. Love is the title track of their mini album Shape of Love. It pays homage to artists like Backstreet. For one version of the album, Minhyuk and Kihyun also did the artwork and photography and some of their other respective passions. Ooh, okay. And then Connie says, love, and Biscuit says, this is tied for my second favorite title track. Ooh, okay. Let's get into Love then. Curious.
넌 사랑이 뭐라고 생각해?
We love it this time right now. We back again once again. 아직 못 잊어 지나온 시간에 우린 이미 헤매고 있던 듯이 사랑의 의미 이제야 찾아낸 너와의 시절 속에 다시 빠져들어 순수했던 나의 너와의 감정을 꺼낸 이 순간 No reason 어디든 Just call for me 걸음이 느려진대도 멀리 봄이 계속 지금 이대로 사주고 싶어
Ooh, he's hitting some high notes. Holy shit.
다시 한번 더 me like you did 처음 본 순간부터 내게 Cause you're my love for me baby 숨길 수 없어 난 내게 Cause you're my love for me baby Shop on the love, tell me Shop on the love
Love the post chorus.
Show me, baby, show me, baby.
Sit back and enjoy the show. Feel my rhythm and flow. We can take it fast or slow. Come to my party. 딱 한 번이면 넌 다시 내게 BRB. You, only you be my VIP. You, 어차피 나랑 같이 B.I.G. 더 피하지 못한다는 같이 D.I.E.
나 역시 거침없이 언제나 Hello V.E. 사랑 앞에 좀 이상한 예상의 빅. 너를 유혹하기엔 충분한 이 beat. 벗어나긴 힘든 you gotta say
You're my love. 처음 본 순간부터 내겐 Cause you're my love for me baby. 숨길 수 없어 난 내게 Cause you're my love for me baby. Shot for the love, shot for the love. Tell me, tell me. Shot for the love, shot for the love. Don't tell me. 이 순간이 영원하게 기도해. This make me crazy.
Come and get it, come and get it. Show me baby, show me baby.
Sit back and enjoy the show. Feel my rhythm and flow. We can take it fast or slow.
If you want me, then that's for me.
Step it up, 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 step it up.
Step with me, you gotta feel me. 마지막쯤은 나와 함께 남은 아무 말도 하지 마. Sit back and just enjoy our show.
처음 본 순간부터 내겐 Cause you're my love for me baby. 숨길 수 없어 난 내게 Cause you're my love for me baby. Shot for the love, shot for the love. Tell me, tell me. Shot for the love, shot for the love. Don't tell me. 이 순간이 영원하게 기도해. This make me crazy. Step with my heart. 이 모든 걸 은폐해. 이 순간이 영원하게 기도해. This make me crazy.
Oh, all right. This was Monsta X's Love. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Let's see what we got here. A couple comments. Connie says this song has a Bruno Mars feeling. IMO, love it. Gunky says this is the best song tonight so far. Ooh, okay, okay. The sax was cool. I did notice that as well, Sarah. That was sick. Jazz says, "Oh, made it back in time for love. Hell yeah." Biscuit says, and this and Gambler are my two favorite K-pop MVs too. The editing is so nice. Agreed. The editing on this was impressive. So shout outs to the team that edited that. Awesome stuff. Biscuit says, Kyun said that it took him 3 days to get the glitter off, all the way off. Yeah, I can imagine. And then Connie says, "Oh, the 6 mics. That's it. That was cool. Yeah, I do like that." This one was fun. I feel like it is. I do feel like it pays homage to like a Backstreet or like an NSYNC. Very 90s, early 2000s pop, which is fine. Like that's definitely stuff I grew up listening to. So I feel like this song definitely has like a bit of nostalgia to it. I like the DJ scratches, like the like interesting synth choices. I feel like again very evokes very much of that time frame. So really nice. That sax section was super sick as well too. I think like the thing that I liked the most about the song is the production value of the song. I feel like the song has a lot of unique textures to the song, and it doesn't keep to your atypical song. So I in that capacity, I really like it a lot. Like that post chorus was really fun in both sections. I think they added like a really nice ending or reprieve or like kind of like a fade into the next part. I thought that was really nice. Obviously, as I mentioned in the previous song, I feel like this also opened up a lot of avenues for like the different members to do different things. Like there's definitely some moments where, obviously I saw IM doing like obviously his rapping sections, but he was also doing some vocals. Same with Jahuni. I feel like definitely on the vocal capacity, there's a lot more stepping up, and I think they had met that, which is awesome. But yeah, I thought this song was very good. Like it's definitely one of the best songs of the night for sure. just has a classicness to it that I think you can appreciate, certainly, if you're familiar with like the originals. I feel like, to me, it again gives that really big nostalgia pull. Um, as well as that, I gotta again give a shout out to Kia, and there is like that one section where like let me see if I can find like the actual split in the MV here, but um I really love this section with Hyungwon and Kian. I thought that was so cool, and like obviously the framing of the MV part of the song was really good, but like just the back and forth between them was really cool. But man, Kian really hit like it in like the falsetto tones super clean. Like it was just like pristine. Like it just worked out so well. And obviously he throughout the entirety of the song, I think he was really kind of doing like some really insane like vocal runs and stuff. So again, if I really had to put a nail on the head for this one, I feel like Kian definitely stood out the most to me in this song, and like really took advantage of like the type of vibes that you wanted to get out of the song. So I really appreciate that a lot. But I mean, overall, I feel like they all really crushed it. Really enjoyed a lot of the vibes in this one. Definitely, if this is one of your favorite songs, it absolutely is justified as it should be. So great song. Biscuit says no diggity. Yeah, definitely was getting a little bit of that, like a little bit of also like West Coast hip hop as well. I think it has a lot to do with like, I know West Coast hip hop has like the DJ scratches and like the theremin and stuff, so it's giving a little bit of those vibes as well. So I think they pulled from a lot of different branches of pop music, or like borderline like rap of that rap and hip hop, which I really like. I think that's what I find always very interesting about K-pop, is they do a great job of making a melding pot a little bit of different pieces of music from anywhere, really. So great stuff. Biscuit says the recording session is so fun. I could imagine. It seems like they have a great time performing it too. So love to see it. But we are moving it on. The next one we have on the list here is Beautiful Liar. Biscuit says that this is their latest group title, the title of their 12th mini album, Reason, and most successful to date. Jihoon did not produce this one because they were prepping for the military, but the producer wrote the lyrics, the MV, and it has a slight mistranslation for some reason. Sores should be thorns. Okay, very interesting. All right, well, let's get into Beautiful Liar then. Ooh, a little bit of some rock tones. All right.
차가운 그 눈빛 날 갖고 놀듯이 묘한 듯 끌리지 거부할 수 없는 beautiful lie 빛처럼 붉게 핀 너의 그 혀끝은 가시가도차지 기꺼이 맞아 another lie 탐색하듯 맴돌아 위태롭고 위험해 미칠 듯이 이끌려 너와 나의 But I like it 절대 찾지 못한 너를 지우리 you 새까맣게 번져 내 혈관 속 가득 찬 너의 거짓은 차가운 그 눈빛 날 갖고 놀듯이 묘한 듯 끌리지 거부할 수 없는 beautiful lie 빛처럼 붉게 핀 너의 그 혀끝은 가시가도차지 기꺼이 맞춰 I love you like Love me, tell me 내가 너를 갈구하되 do you want me I like when I'm in danger, love me harder when I shot it I feel like don't like basic Is this what you call lovesick 이 거짓된 사랑이라도 기꺼이 삼켜먹기 익숙해 깊숙이 새겨진 타투 고통과 희열의 다툼 까맣게 물들여진 내 심장에다 뚱뚱뚱 뚫린 portal 이건 전쟁이 연장전 네 입술은 달콤한 함정 이 반전에 반전 야릇한 감정 어서 더 참이 날 끌고 가 Toxic so addictive 나를 미치게 한 단 한 가지 걷잡을 수 없이 나를 뼛속까지 망친 내 거짓은
획기적인 사고
고통스러운 아픔도 네 앞에 fine art Tell me you love me cause 더 좋으니 oh I'm at the right now
위태롭고 위험해 짙어지는 danger zone
I love the call and response vocals here. So cool.
고요한 그 눈빛 모두 삼키듯이 익은 여지도기에 벗어날 수 없게 beautiful lie 이처럼 붉게 피어난 얘기 끝에서 늘 이런 듯 벗어날 수 없는 another lie 위태롭고 위험해 그래서 내 부를래 나조차 날 잊은 채
What? I'm not gonna lie, I thought there was gonna be oh man. Okay. That was Monsta X Beautiful Liar. I feel conflicted at the end of the song. I'll go into why in just a second, but this song was very cool. I like the contrast. I feel like again that feels to be the theme of Monsta X is contrast. Obviously it plays to my love of like more rock and like I wouldn't say this is metal, but just like kind of more rock tones. So, I like that there are like I love that they incorporate that and it doesn't feel out of place. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like if it was any other group, I feel like conversely it could feel out of place, but I do like that they have like more of that like more like palm muted guitar sections. I thought that was so nice. Like adds a different flavoring to what I feel like I know what Monsta X does. But then obviously playing well with like those like low synth bass tones. I thought that was really nice, and obviously playing along with their strengths in terms of electronic music. So it was a good combination, and where they kind of came and met in the middle in some parts of the song I really appreciated. Just kind of gave that again that mixing of two different worlds I feel like was really good, and they do a great job of it. So wanted to give the kudos for that. A lot of the like melody choices as well I think were really great. I loved a lot of the descending melodies. They did a lot of descending melodies throughout the song, which I really appreciate. But I just love the kind of like a little darker tone, maybe like minor key. I really like that. It was a cool kind of spin. I also love the rapping sections. I think both Jahuni as well as IM did a great job. I feel like IM definitely, in my opinion, stole the show a little bit more on this song, but I really like that. As well as that, I feel like this is another Kian song. I feel like he is such a wizard when it comes to like some fun but yet interesting like vocal like runs and stuff. Like there was a lot of descending runs vocally that he was doing, but just was so cool. And like that call and response section I thought was really nice. So I definitely appreciate that a lot. But overall I thought this was a really great song. Like I definitely would put this amongst my favorites as well. I was a little disappointed though. I will say like the end of the song, I thought for sure they were gonna go like all out and hit us with like a little bit of a more rock ending and like make it feel very like crescendo, give you that sort of dynamic at the end of the song. So I don't know if this leads into another song on this same release, then I probably would give it, take away my rejection, like a little bit of disdain for it. But I thought for sure they were gonna hit us with like a really powerful ending to the song. So I was a little surprised when it ended the way it ended. But beyond that, I liked it for the most part. I just thought maybe there would be like a bigger crescendo moment, and I feel like it kind of leaves you wanting more, which if that's the intention, I feel like they absolutely did that because I was certainly expecting more. But let's see what we got. Connie says crescendo, funnily enough. I didn't even look at that. That's awesome. Crescendo from this album is really good. My favorite B-side. Biscuit says, I think you're supposed to The disorienting structure, abrupt ending, etc., are all masterful mirroring IMO. The sort of gaslighting that happens in the same type of toxic relationship as in the lyrics. They keep going back to it, even though they'll suffer, but keeping hold onto it anyway. The song too has you anticipating certain things but doesn't go there. Though it's deceptive enough, it confuses you and makes you feel like you need more, just like said in the toxic relationship. Ooh. You know what? Okay. You know what? Touche. I feel, I absolutely get that. And it's so weird, like, I think in a contextual thing, how that plays on your emotions. And listen, I'm an emotional guy. I'll be very candid, and you all know. But man, that hurts. That hurts. That's a rough one. You know what I mean? Like, I feel hurt by the song, which I probably shouldn't. And I mean, obviously, I'm like very jovial now, but like, I do feel like that cuts deep in a way that it probably shouldn't, and obviously maybe that is the intention of the song in the way that it's supposed to be. But man, that just is a little bittersweet, if I'm being honest. Like, it's like I understand it now, but it's like, damn, like if they give you what you want, it's like maybe that's not the intention, right? Like, it's very 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 perspective driven, and I as a partial artist, I respect that. I respect that a lot. So this one gives me. I'll give this one more brownie points just because I'm impressed by the reservation. So very nice, very nice. All right, we've got the next one. Biscuit says they have several songs that are really heavy on text painting, which I love. Ooh, okay. I have to keep that in mind. The next one we have on the list is Love Me a Little. Once Shonu got back, he and Hyungwon released an album, The Unseen, as the first official subunit of Monsta X. Jahooni and Kihyun and the rappers had done a lot of OSTs and unofficial songs as duos, but not an official debut. It is Hyungwon's first time producing a title track. Oh, wow. And Shonu took a major part in the choreography. Oh, okay. Very excited. Let's get into it.
거울에 비친 내 모습 뒤로 한 채 너만의 나를 마주해 널 위한 감정 조각 하나를 챙겨 매일 새로운 내게 기댄 채 낯선 그 향기에 홀린 듯 오지 않는 너에게 난 오늘도 설레어 네 방에 갇힌 채 깊어진 상처 쌓여 파고든 내 gaze 한숨에 날 삼킨 poison 날 향해 조여오는 이를 에너드레드 겁먹을 필요도 없게 낯선 그 향기에 홀린 듯 오지 않는 너에게 난 오늘도 설레어 네 방에 갇힌 채 Love me a little, love me a little bit La 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 love me 커진 내 맘속에 부푼 네 향기 Love me a little, love me a little bit La 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 love me You got me every minute up to hour 네 숨결에 난 잊지 못할 pleasure You got me every minute up to hour oh.
You got me
Oh,
every
that's a
minute after
clean cut. I
hour.
like that.
이 순간에 I feel
Nice.
like a coward. You got me every minute after hour. After hour.
Give it to me like
Love me a little, love me a little bit. La 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 love me.
Love the switch up. Woo! All right, very nice. This was Shonu and Hyungwon's song "Love Me a Little." Very nice, very nice. Biscuit says the back bend hurts my back as always. Just watching. I was gonna say that back bend. I think I heard a crack in my back. Connie says I bought this unit album expecting to have at least some time from Shonu, but I got every bit. I got every Hyungwon include. Oh God, damn. That's rough. The ending was cool too. I also like that as well. Uni. So very nice. This is like again, Shonu's my bias. I feel like he definitely was killing it in this song, but I also got to give it up to Hyungwon. I feel like their synergy together works out really well. Like Hyungwon has kind of like that tender tone, and I feel like he used it really well. Like sweet tender tone really worked out well in this type of song. But then I feel like Shonu kind of delivered with more of that like punch. Like he definitely has like a strong like mid to mid high range, and you definitely could hear it more so in his vocals in this song. So I feel like they both had strengths that they could pull from in this song, and I think they used it to the fullest definitely. So I love that. Also their harmonies together were also really gorgeous as well. So I love that combination. The instrumental was also really fun. I feel like the song really got interesting after like once they got into that final, like they got into the bridge section / like the final chorus. Like once they got into that, I was like, damn, this really started to like, not that the song wasn't good already, but I feel like it took it up a notch even more so. I'm pretty sure they went into like a little bit of a halftime section with like the way that the beat kind of like slowed down. It almost felt like the track was slowing down, but in reality, it just kind of kept to the same tone. So I was really stoked about that. And then they had like that dance break section at the end, which was incredible. But then on top of that, like that really cool kind of like ethereal little lo-fi-ish sort of ending to the song. I think it added like this really nice appeal to it that I think ended it off on a really beautiful note. So I think collectively really enjoyed this. I think there is a little bit of bias because obviously I like Shonu and I've been really loving Hyungwon's vocals, but I feel like to me they did a great job of obviously knowing where their strengths lie and really being able to highlight both on each front. Like it felt very good. Just a slight sidebar as well. The choreography was really great in this as well. Like I know that I know based off of what Biscuit was telling me was that Shonu had done the major part in the choreography. Like he's got some good eyes for like the choreographing of that. Just really impressive. So I was stoked on that as well too. And then Biscuit also followed up and said that Shonu has done other choreo too, like parts of Beautiful. Very nice, very nice. Very cool. This was definitely a good one. I'll have to listen to this release as well. I'm curious to check it out. So Very nice. We are keeping it moving here. The next one we have is Goddamn. This we have an I Am solo song. This is the title from his mixtape Duality. I wanted to show you a more recent one, like the one about the cat. Ha ha ha. That's good. But most of his other music is from when he joined Sony, and they tend to block everything. According to I Am, the song was created while he was going through a difficult time, saying, I was lying to myself, saying, you're fine, you're good, God damn it, you like it, but inside. Hence the lyrics. Somehow, or excuse me, how sometimes we lie to ourselves that we're happy. Hey, that strikes a little too close to the chest, but I feel that. I feel that. Biscuit says some solo nows. Connie said, "Oh God," and then Biscuit says, "I don't have Wano solo work since he's on his own dive really, and has enough material." Ooh, okay, okay, fair enough, fair enough. We'll have to include that on the other soloist. Come back to Monsta X soloist stuff. So very nice, very nice. Let's check out Goddamn then.
God damn it, I like it. Pretty good, can't be shaken. Yeah, I don't need it, yeah. Give me shot to over everything. God damn it, I like it. Kiss me down till I make it. Yeah, I just need it, yeah. Give me shot to over everything. God damn it, I like it. God damn it, I like it. The part of me I can't be better than ever. Why you tryna ruin me? I'm fine with just me. 피폐하게 본 징그란데 넌 즐거워 보여. 내 방에 용기만 남아. 되돌리기에 머리가 아파. 그냥 다 괜찮다 말할까. 애써 아닌 척하게 더 이제는 지쳐. 거울에 비친 나를 봐. 일시적인 행복에 불안하지 마. 연속된 아픔은 다 묻어지길 바라며 Should have just give me a lot of shine. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Give me some direction. I miss you. Think I'm drunk. Pour more. God damn it, I like it. Pretty good, can't be shaken. Yeah, I don't need it, yeah. Give me shot to over everything. God damn it, I like it. Kiss me down till I make it. Yeah, I just need it, yeah. Give me shot to over everything. God damn it, I like it. Oh shit, 앞에 보여져가는 듯해. What would I do myself without your shit? I never wanna lose. Why you tryna mute? 어설픈 내 하루는 또 좀 물어가. 롤도 내려보는 그대 이름을 정했는 내 정신은 반짝하게 눈에 늘 쏟아. 익숙해져 버린 것 같아. 거울에 비친 나를 봐. 일시적인 행복에 불안하지 마. 연속된 아픔은 다 묻어지길 바라며 Should have just give me a lot of shine. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Give me some direction. I miss you. Think I'm drunk. God damn it, I like it. Pretty good, can't be shaken. Yeah, I don't need it, yeah. Give me shot to over everything. God damn it, I like it. Kiss me down till I make it. Yeah, I just need it, yeah. Give me shot to over everything. God damn it, I like it.
All right, cool. That was I Am's Goddamn if you're hanging out. let's see. Connie says he's so illegal here. LOL. I was in shock when this came out. Oh, interesting. Um, I'll have to. I'll get some clarification on it. That's interesting. I'm curious if maybe it just again was wanted to know what that was about. That's interesting. Biscuit says I'm waiting patiently for his and Junie's collab now. They're co-parenting Junie's dog Leo. Oh my god, yeah, that would be sick. Listen, y'all know I love Junie, so that would be a cool collab. I'd be about that. I'd co-sign that for sure. This was interesting. Definitely the type of song I would imagine him to put out to some degree, but I also like musicality wise, it feels very akin to what I would imagine him to write. Now, lyrically, I feel like is definitely a little bit different from, I would argue, traditional like solo K-pop stuff. Like I feel like it's very vulnerable, and I like that. I feel like to me, like coming from, heavy music and stuff like that, like people write about a lot of vulnerable shit. So I feel like to me, like a type of song like this, I would have never expected him to put out, but I feel like it's such an important one. And obviously knowing a little bit more of the backstory behind the song, I think is also really good. But I like this a lot. Definitely like that trap 808, like trap hip hop type sound. And I think it works out really well. I think they utilize like that auto tune type of sound to a little pretty good degree. Like it doesn't feel like it's overpowering, but I think it adds a little bit of different texture to the song. I also was surprised that like a majority of this song was in English. There was like his rap section, which was done in Korean, I'm pretty sure, or like certain parts of it were. But I was really surprised by that. Not that I feel like Monsta X is not familiar with those lanes, considering they've released, a couple English albums, but I feel like it isn't something that like I like conventionally put together. Like I was just like, obviously I know I own one of them, but it is interesting to know that they like are confident in the way that they would go about it that way. So I think to me that I found that actually pretty impressive. So very nice. This was a very good song. Like I said, definitely like one of those ones that I feel like would have done well, I would say. So Biscuits' Flowered is my favorite song on this mixtape. Ooh, okay, fair enough. And Biscuit says that he does speak English. That is fair. Like I said, I think it's maybe just like my a little bit of stupidity, I feel, to some degree. Like I just think I'm just impressed by like that, you know what I mean? Like to me, like it isn't, I feel like it's not as common for that to like for a full, like a full English release, or like, for people to do solo songs in English like all the way. I don't know. I just feel like maybe sometimes it doesn't, like brain doesn't click sometimes, but it is very interesting. So I definitely appreciate when it is that case, because I think if anything, it shows off the level of like it shows off the versatility. I mean, obviously, if you can like do a crazy rap in Korean, I feel like, and you can match that sort of crazy rap tonality or like lyricism in English, I feel like you could potentially be unstoppable. So that is incredible. But yeah, this was a good one. I'll have to check out the mini album for sure. So, but Biscuit says no, it's not stupidity. I guess maybe stupidity is not the right word, but just like maybe an awareness of it. Stupidity was like the first adjective that or I guess it would not be an adjective, but like first thing I could think of when it came to mind. So, very interesting. We're going to keep it moving though. The next one is Youth. This is the title off of Kian's comeback and first mini album, Youth. Fun fact, Hyungwon wrote and produced 2 B-sides on it for Kian. The lyrics were written by Kim Iena, a famous lyricist in Korea, and are a little too relatable. I have cried several times to this. Kim Iena also said it came out so well that I wondered if there was ever a song that I listened to several times as a pre-recorded version before the release. Wow. Okay. I feel like that's very impressive. You know what I mean? Like getting Like, obviously getting to hear the tools of the trade a little bit, obviously early, which is, I mean, I feel like if you are a lyricist or you work in the industry, like that is the benefit of hearing those songs sooner. But that, I would feel like that's such a huge compliment to be like, I love the pre-recorded version before it goes to market so much, and I listened to it so many times that like when it finally came out, I was just like, damn, like it's out, you know? So that's cool. Shouts to Kim as well. But let's get into Kihyun's Youth. I'm curious. I think we have listened to some B-sides from Kihyun, but and covers, but I haven't listened to a title track from him yet. So on his solo stuff. So let's vibe. I'm curious. Was Voyager a title though, Biscuit?
문득 달라진 게 느껴져 정말 어른이 되고 있어 내 부족함이 보여도
Okay. Thank you.
더는 내가 별로 안 미워 오늘 나의 마음보다도 몇 년 뒤를 떠올리면서 나는 자주 불안했어 그때 모든 게 다 그랬어 난 가끔 그리울 것 같아 어리석었던 그래서 더 달리고 달렸던 날들 부르고 또 부르던 모습이 새빨갛게 춤추고 뛰던 가슴도 난 요즘엔 하늘이 아름다워 잘 알던 서울이 새삼스러워 비가 오면 그대로 다 맞고 싶어 애쓰지 않더라도 행복하고 싶어 문득 떠나고 싶은 날엔 훌쩍 떠나고 싶은데 할 일이 먼저 생각나 꽉 찬 캘린더를 바라봐 나의 이름으로 쓰여지는 약속들이 두근거리던 내 주말들을 채우지만 난 어디로 가는지를 잘 알고 있어 그래서 더 생각이 나 많이 무모하고 어리석었던 그래서 더 달리고 달렸던 날들 부르고 또 부르던 모습이 새빨갛게 춤추고 뛰던 가슴도 난 요즘엔 하늘이 아름다워 잘 알던 서울이 새삼스러워 비가 오면 그대로 다 맞고 싶어 애쓰지 않더라도 행복하고 싶어 사랑한단 말을 더 쉽게 하고 싶어 기억해 불안했던 나의 어린 마음을 겁먹은 채 세우던 어두운 밤을 그때 내게 말할 수 있다면 넌 지금도 충분히 잘하고 있다고
Ooh. All right. Honestly, I thought it was going to be another section, but this was cool. This was Kihyun's Youth. If you're hanging out for the Monsta X Deep Dive Part 2, thanks for hanging. This was so much fun. I really like this one a lot. I was informed that Voyager was also one of the ones that I listened to. Apparently, I can't remember that I listened to it, but this one was really bright. That's probably one of the best adjectives I could probably describe for this song. I agree with Kaylee. I feel like the song ended and I was like, damn, I thought we were gonna get another like section or like him doing like a little bit of a pop off at the end, because I know he's done that within Monsta X. So I was kind of hoping him like just, you know, hitting us with a big crescendo at the end. So that, I think that would be my only gripe about the song. I wish it was just a smidge longer. I think that would have been really good. But I think that this song really highlights him well. Like, he's got such a great tone, and I feel like this song really represents that well. But the hook in this song is also really good. Like, the chorus was really fantastic. I love the kind of like indie rock type feel, indie pop sort of vibe of this song. I think it's really bright, very major key. I think it is cool to hear him do something like this. And I think it really suits his voice well. So really like this one a lot. It definitely feels fun, very energetic. I imagine he's probably performed this live before. It just seems like a very crowd type song. You know what I mean? Just a feel good, have fun at a show type energy. So, yeah, I like this one a lot. I was really trying to pay attention to the lyricism too. I felt like a lot of those lyricism, were really nice, especially the one I'm gonna paraphrase it, but just like, I wish I could say I love you more easily. And I feel like that one was like, damn, like I feel like that's, that could be true of anybody, when you hold up your, put your fences up, I feel that. So it's like, be more willing to, show the love, so I like that. That's a good message to deliver, certainly. So, Biscuit says the company wanted the line about "I want to be able to say I love you more easily" changed. I guess because it's not very idol-like, but Keon insisted it to be kept. Well, I'm glad, because that was the one I literally notated. So, I think that's nice. You know what I mean? Like I said before, not to rehash what I just mentioned, but I think it is important, to spread the positivity. So, and love doesn't have to be like a, like I love my girlfriend, like I feel like love can be reciprocated amongst you guys, like love the chatters, love my fam here in Twitch, like I feel like that's an important extension to make, so very good. I think this is a very beautiful track, well written, obviously by Kim and Kian, so great job. Kaylee says that, yes, change the line that advocates for them being able to love like normal people. Sounds like a thing a company would say. It is I feel like it's unfortunate, but like I can't imagine them I can't imagine them being like, now looking at it and be like, damn, actually we would have made a really fucking dumb move if we took that part of the song out. So I hope it kind of bites them in the ass a little bit, but who knows, but very nice. We've got the next one. I want to say it's it looks like On Shimmy. Hopefully I pronunciated that right and no one in Korea is going to kill me, but this is Minhyuk. Does not have an official debut solo or in a subunit, but this is required by Mon Bebe viewing. Fair enough. Jehudi produced it for him and is featured. The genre is ... Trot EDM, I guess, question mark. He performed this on their last tour, and in all seriousness is one of the best stages. So much fun. Ooh, okay. Big vibe switch. So, Biscuit says ongashimi is a dough-like ball, usually potato dumpling, often in a soup. Ooh, okay. And Connie says that Minhyuk is a crackhead, and I love it. Oh, wow. Okay. Complete vibe switch. For real. So, all right. Let's check it out.
Let me introduce yourself. 안녕하세요, 미래입니다. 자랑스러운 대한민국 장신동의 아들. Let's go.
햇살처럼 따뜻한 미소가 너무 좋아 널 보면 너무 설레 나 어떡하면 좋아 내 맘을 흔들어 놓고 가놓고 답답한 마음 하루 종일 네 생각에 빠져버렸잖아 사랑은 내겐 너무 어려운 걸 아픔은 너무 서러운 걸 싫은 내 마음 따뜻한 그대여 안아줘요 바람이 불고 또 비바람이 몰아쳐도 너에게 달려 애타는 이 마음 마약해 태우고파 나는 너의 정열이야 너에게 인생을 걸어 내 모든 걸 다 걸어 뽀얗고 동그란 넌 나의 옹심이 귀여운 옹심이 널 지킬 거야 I love you babe On shimmy shimmy on shimmy On shimmy shimmy on shimmy On shimmy shimmy on shimmy 진심은 누구나 알 수 있는 것 몸으로 느낄 수 있어 시린 내 마음 따뜻한 그때 꽉 잡아줘요 바람이 불고 또 비바람이 몰아쳐도 너에게 달려가 애타는 이 마음 마약해 태우고파 나는 너의 정열이야 너에게 인생을 걸어 내 모든 걸 다 걸어 뽀얗고 동그란 넌 나의 옹심이 귀여운 옹심이 널 지킬 거야
Gates are turned up.
On shimmy shimmy on shimmy On shimmy shimmy on shimmy
Oh yeah.
On shimmy shimmy on shimmy 바람이 불고 또 비바람이 몰아쳐도 너에게 달려가 애타는 이 마음 마약해 태우고파 나는 너의 정열이야 너에게 인생을 걸어 내 모든 걸 다 걸어 뽀얗고 동그란 넌 나의 옹심이 귀여운 옹심이 널 지킬 거야 I love you babe On shimmy shimmy on shimmy On shimmy shimmy on shimmy On shimmy shimmy on shimmy shimmy shimmy
사랑한다 나의 옹심아.
Oh my god. All right. That was oh my god. That was Minhyuk and Jahuni for On Shimmy. Let's go. Let's go. I like this a lot. I feel like this one is just the live. Like I could just imagine them performing this one live and man, this one seems like I don't know if they've performed this. If they fucking perform this shit, I'd be fucking saying "ong shimmy shimmy" out in the fucking crowd as loud as I could. You know what I mean? So I love that. I think to me, I want to take this from the perspective of like musicality. Like it is very repetitive, but I feel like the vibes of the MV were incredible, immaculate, some might say. But as well as that, I feel like it's a vibe. It's a positive, it's a good vibe. Like I was feeling good by the end of it. I was saying "ong shimmy shimmy," and you know what I mean? Like I was getting pumped. You know what I mean? So I think to me, if it gives me a positive affirmation, positive feelings, you know, I feel like to me it's gotta be amongst my favorites. You know, I think like the repeat value of it, obviously the performance aspect of it, the music video was shot so hilariously as well too. Like to me, I feel like it's a fun song. Is it one of the craziest songs I've heard tonight? Probably not, but I feel like if anything, it's just a good vibe, and you know, I'll take a good vibe when I can get it, and you know, if it can make me smile ear to ear, I think that's how you know it's a good one. So yeah, this was a vibe. I get why Mom Baby would want me to see this because this is incredible, and I feel I would be let down if I didn't hear the song. So this is a great one. Uni says LMAO so good. Kaylee says skirt. Agreed. Sarah says 99 not bad. And Biscuit says, I love him. Yes, at the last concert he did. Ooh, that must have been popping. That must have been popping. We love to see it. Biscuit also says that he has beautiful covers. I'll share later too, but this is required IMO. Hey, listen, I feel as though I have reached a rite of passage, so I'll take it. And then Biscuit says they were also tipsy filming this. That even if they were not tipsy, I would imagine that to be a very sober interaction. But I feel like if anything, now knowing it was inebriated, I feel like justifies the actions. So, not that I should be the one to pass or fail them, but hey, it is what it is. But very nice. We are keeping it moving. The next one is Freedom. This is the title of Jihoon's official debut, his Lights album. He had several mixtapes before this. You've heard this and wanted to put it after hearing a bit more of Jihoon's work and approach to production. The song is about liberation from fear, limitation, the need for conform, using extreme dynamic shifts, genre blending, to also relay the message of breaking free from constraints. He doesn't like being boxed into genres either. I also love the choreo. Ooh, okay. And Sarah says Brandon doesn't need to steal any kidneys he doesn't drink. Yep, facts. I will not be stealing any of your kidneys. Okay, cool. I had to big screen finger point that one. So, anyway. Let's get into Jihoon's Freedom. I listen. I had to make a point.
난 자유로워 드넓은 하늘 같은 머릿속 난 자유로워 더 자유롭게 날아볼게 Freedom, 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 oh yeah. Freedom, 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 oh. Grumble, tremble, sky will rumble, trouble, struggle, make it double. 나 올가면 버블 풀어 가벼워진 걸음 다 얼음 hold up, start it from the bottom. 나가도 cage야, 불타는 rage야, 해망의 베이지와 여러 색깔들이 조명된 나만의 스테이지야. 한껏 삭지야, 한컵에 원샷 털어내 하늘로 두 손을 raise it up. 너의 아픔과 견딜 수 없는 고통의 시간도 흘러가는 바람에 날려 스쳐가 deep inside my soul. Say that you love me, stay and just love me. Without you I'm nothing. 내 모든 것을 I will give my all. Because I'm burning but I know that I 춤을 추는 loner. Fly away 다시 날아 위로 go my way cause nobody can take it. Feel my freedom, feel my freedom, freedom. Feel my rhythm, feel my rhythm, rhythm. Feel my freedom, feel my freedom, freedom. Feel my rhythm, feel my rhythm, rhythm. 너의 아픔과 견딜 수 없는 고통의 시간도 흘러가는 바람에 날려 스쳐가 deep inside my soul. Freedom, 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 freedom. Undignified.
The choreo is wild.
춤을 추는 너. Fly away
Oh, nice. All right. This was Jehuni's Freedom. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Okay. Little background, a little backstory on this song. So for me, I had listened to this, and I'm pretty positive who gave it to me as a recommendation. Shout out to you, full miss you. Come through. Hopefully, we'll see you in a chat in the foreseeable future. But I remember them recommending this to me, and it was very early on in like my K-pop listening experience, and I also remember that I had not listened to any Monsta X, so this was my only really introduction to Jehuni as well as Monsta X as a collective. Um, so I feel like I had takes on this song that probably I would retract now because now I'm way more familiar with K-pop now, and what Jehuni does, not only I think in his solo material, but I'd also say as well as Monsta X collectively. And I would like to retract my my statements. I don't know, it's probably still up there now, but so you can go check out my first initial thoughts about this song and then the song now. But I like this one a lot, actually. I think his production is so interesting. I like the dynamics of this song. I think he does a great job, and you can honestly, at least from my perspective, you can hear a lot of the parallels that are kind of drawn within like Monsta X songs with his solo material. So you can tell how much of a, like, I guess as much of a production hand as he can be in terms of like Monsta X music. And I think that that's really interesting. And I don't think I would have drawn those lines together earlier on. So it is cool to see. I love the dynamics of that mix of rock in the song. I thought was really nice. It adds like that little bit of extra flavor to the song, but still obviously pays a good amount of attention to like the electronic elements. I liked a lot of the like chanting / like stomping and clapping and all that stuff. I feel like that is a really cool a really cool effect in the song that I feel like is incorporated very well. And Jehuni is really impressive to me as well. Like, I feel like I did not give him as much flowers as I now do, because I feel like his vocals are really, really good in this song. And I also love his rap. I feel like his rapping to me is like really impressive. And I think he kind of shows off both of those highlights really well. So, yeah, I feel like, to me, I feel like I've turned a leaf a little bit, which is impressive, in my mind. But I definitely feel like the thoughts that I had about this song before, I feel like were probably not as well equipped as they could have been, and so it is cool to see, like, yeah, again, how much of a heavy hand I feel like he has in terms of like the Monsta X material. So very nice, very nice. Biscuit says this Crump dance crew is Prime Kings. Very nice. And Connie says, love Crump. Prime Kings was one of my favorite crews on the Street Man Fighter. Ooh, wow, okay. Jazz says the dancers killed it. I agree. Big facts. The choreography was also really sick in this as well. So big salutes to, obviously whoever choreographed it along with Jehuni. They did a fantastic job. But yeah, this one, I feel like I've come around. So if you watch my first reaction to it, please check this one out. I feel like I have righted a wrong, hopefully, to some degree. So, very nice, very nice. Biscuit says Prime Kings and Free Mind, I believe. Very nice, very nice, very nice. And Connie also says that Jehuni's voice is beautiful. I would also agree. So. Biscuit says Free Mind is usually who they work with. Okay. Appreciate the context. So yeah, definitely turned a leaf. Love to see it. Thank you, Biscuit. So, the next one we have is Sarang Hanada, which is Love You. This one is the most recent fan song, a B-side from their Shape of Love album. Jehuni said that he was chatting with fans in one of their platforms when he was suddenly overcome with emotions, feeling touched, and started crying a little. Then he went to the studio with some of those emotions, and this song was born. Saranghada in Korean is very specifically a weedy declaration of I love you rather than the more common way to say it. Very nice. All right. Well, let's check it out.
눈을 감고 느끼는 바람 속 터지는 함성과 야유 방향 감각을 잃어버린 희망은 그저 불안전한 자유 어딜까 주변에 온통 붉어진 눈빛들의 향연 실패의 바짓가랑이를 붙잡고 늘어진 꿈들과 악연 날 스치는 사람들은 질투해 그 속내 내가 누군지 이젠 제발 keep smiling yeah I'm smiling Yeah, I'm writing just for you.
저 뒤찮은 공기 속에 어느새 나의 대화는 침묵이 됐네 울분에 맺혀 터질 때 너란 파도가 날 흘려보낼게 그 속에 빠져 헤엄치기도 또 내가 살아 숨쉬는 걸 느껴 You make me feel alive You're the one who make me shine
넌 나의 바다 꿈을 꿔 who you are 널 향해 가는 항해 나란 파도에 몸을 맡기고 요동치는 심장은 또 두근거려 언제 마주할지 모르는 현실 앞에 무릎 꿇기 싫어 난 다시 일어났네 승리란 눈앞에 아른거리면서 또 잡고 싶은 것 거짓된 세상에 너만 바라보고 있어 날 내던진 이 넓은 수평선 위로 날아올라 넌 나의 바다
Oh, nice harmonies. Very nice. All right. This was Monsta X's Saranhanda. Very nice. This was sweet. I was again had an opportunity to take a look at the lyrics, which I don't often get to do, other than if the captions have lyrics. But this is so sweet. Definitely feel that emotion in the song. I think is conveyed super well. So shout outs to Juhooni for going through that and putting the song together. I think it was really beautiful. I also thought that this was a really good song where I feel like everybody was encapsulated really well. I like that Minhyuk was basically doing the chorus section of the song. I think he was definitely holding it down and definitely felt more emotional. And I think the way that he carried his vocals were really nice. I also love the bridge. It was cool to hear like Juhooni doing like a little bit of rapping and then like that little bit of singing as well that is included. And then to cap it off with like him and Kian doing like those vocals together. I thought that harmony section was really beautiful. Hyungwon was also really good too. Really enjoyed his section. And then I think came in really well. I think I would have liked if he had some vocals, like some singing. I think that would have been really incredible. So I don't know if he does that in the new version with Shonu, but I thought this was really cool. Otherwise, I think it's a very cute fan song. Or if it is in regards to his fans, but I thought this was really nice. This was a really, really serene song. And I think like the instrumentals don't go crazy. Like it's got a nice kind of pace to it, but obviously plays off of a lot of the like beautiful melodies of the track. So I think it was very well written. So very nice. Biscuit says this was re-recorded with Shonu too, but couldn't find a lyric video. Oh well, I'll have to check out some of the songs with Shonu. I'm curious, I'm curious when they go through and re-record it, right? Like I'm curious where they would fit him in, or what lyrics he would be using, or I'm always very curious on how they go about adding people in a re-recording. So I'll have to check it out. Biscuit says that is also on some of the lower harmonies. Oh, okay. Good to know. All right. We are into the final one. The last one is Fallen, or Heavy Rain in Korean. It felt appropriate to end with a little special video of what could be said to be the Monsta X concert song. Fallen is a B-side from their Connect album. It is always said that part of Monsta X's concerts feel like a rave, during which they play certain songs, including this one. Many members sang it too in their fan meets after getting out of military. Watch until the end for a little taste of their concerts. Very nice. Well, I appreciate it, Biscuit. So already the last song. So let's get into Fallen then. Check it out.
가자! You know what time is it? We about to start. 1, 2, 3, What? Yeah, baby. We bring the fire. Yeah. What? Yeah. We bring the fire. Yeah. You got answers, I got questions. We got this started, get it action. I show you real innovation. Baby, focus on me like a meditation. 막 달려오는 세계. 하늘이 다 크게. 우세 따위 갖다 버려. Make the rim a bumble. We get 어차피 내려 치고만 몸에 오르는 부디 언제나 feeling 보는 동안 리서치 좀 늦어져도 돼 머리 위 고통 내 마음 괴짜 Not gonna fall in 너 끝이야 not falling 이런 나에게 지금은 차피를 내려 쓰였던 내려가도 머리 위 고통 내 마음은 괴짜 낙심문을 던져와 이곳 사람 괴짜 Pick up the phone, 전화번 오늘을 고쳐 나를 걸어. We have to go, yes, we have to go. 또 속을 잡고 왔다 누구야? Go, 오늘 내가 좀 조이 못 떨어지니.
Yo, Jehuni's going off. Man was cooking.
야 이거 막공인데 한 번만 뭐 5번 더? 몇 번 더? 한 번 더? 아 근데 오늘은 마지막이니까 후반에 있는 그거에 힘을 더 쏟기 위해서 여기까지만 하고 그러면 본무대로 돌아가서 얘기를 해볼까요? 아 그럼 이제 본무대로 야 몸베베 많이 늘었어? 잠깐 물총 챙겨온 사람 누구야 이거? 아니 잠깐만 우리한테 아래서 갑자기 물이 막 날라오는 거야.
아니 난 내가 쏜데 왜 내가 맡고 있지라는 생각이 자꾸 들어.
Oh my god. All right, that was Monsta X Fallen. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Oh my god. Sarah, oh my god, I was dying at fucking a couple comments here. Biscuit says, I'm sure I've lost hearing to this song. That would make sense. Noah Santa says, okay, but I'd like be pissed if I got hit with water just trying to enjoy a concert. I feel that. I resonate with that. However, I feel like I don't know. I feel like mixed. Like if it was like an outdoor show, like obviously this is indoors and who knows what time of year it is. But I mean like if it was hot out, I've been to Korea before, like monsoon season, that shit would feel good. But I mean, beyond that, I would probably say like if it's December and it's freezing, I probably wouldn't be rocking with that. But hey, it is what it is. I was gonna say Jahuni is absolutely aggressive and I'm here for it. So Connie kind of stole my comment, but hey, true. Biscuit says to the No Santa comment, it's a thing at this point. Everyone knows you'll probably get wet at Barricade, but I get it. And Sarah says it can be fun though. It is also it can also mean getting nailed in the face 15 minutes before having to take a photo with them. That is true. And I thought about it from like a like female presenting or female perspective of like I don't like if I'm putting on makeup and shit, you know, like I would be pissed. You know what I mean? Like, and again, maybe it's par for the course, and you know, I imagine people accept it. But yeah, I would think that. I would think that. But hey, you know, it is what it is. But Biscuit says this song is actually went for about 15 minutes alone. LOL. The clip cut down and just to give a taste. Oh my god, that's impressive. I think if anything, Biscuit, what impressed me the most was that like if they're spraying water all over the floor and like dancing, I'm surprised no one just like slipped. You know what I mean? Like that would be, maybe it's just like my like older self-awareness, but I would just be like, if I'm fucking dancing and shit and I slip on some water, damn, I'd be fucking eating shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But Kaylee says, oh my god, that reminds me of Audrey Nice for 17 to where it just keeps going. That's great. Biscuit also says at their last fan con, this song and one called Rodeo alone, I think were maybe about 15 minutes. I think it was Rodeo 3 times, Fallen 3 times, Rodeo, Fallen, and so on. Oh my god, that is wild. And Jazz says concert baptisms are mandatory at this point. Sarah says makeup and hair and getting hit with the water bottle splatter 5 times was certainly a combo. No Santa G friend war flashback. I feel like again, if it were me, I wouldn't be pissed about it. I would just be like, hey, it is what it is. You know, if y'all know Warped Tour, that shit happened all the time. Even concerts that I've been to where, you know, people are mosh pitting and somebody smacks their beer and their beer gets slapped in your face. I know the vibe. So I'm not like, me personally, I wouldn't be pissed, but like I feel like I would know people that would be upset by that. So, but besides the point, song was good. That again, I feel like this is the truest embodiment of live performance. I feel like this song is made for the live setting. So I think this is an absolutely hype song. I love it. But I also love that they were having a good time. They were joking around, having fun. Like it just, I think to me it's just a good feel good song. Like, and to me, I feel like a very good representation of that is just being able to see the performers having fun, having a good time, enjoying their time up on stage. I think that to me, as a fan, as a music lover, I feel like that's what you would like to expect, or at least hope, from the performance. So very nice. Kaylee says, imagine bringing a friend to there without telling them. That would be a crushing blow. I would argue. It might, depending upon the friendship, it might shake the friendship up a little bit. So, very interesting, very interesting. And then finally, Biscuit says, and thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I love showing Monsta X to people. But even if not, I'm very thankful to be able to. Well, Biscuit, thank you so much for showing us Monsta X. I'm sure most of y'all know Monsta X. I have had the pleasure of talking about them for this past week. So, and obviously we have future stuff to talk about. So, I'm very stoked on it. So again, shout outs to Biscuit. Thank you, Biscuit, for the deep dive. Kudos to you for getting 100K points. I am very curious, and I'll probably ask it before we sign off. But thank you for rocking it. Favorites, real quick. I feel like in terms of solo songs, it's a little tough because we only listen to really one. But I liked all of the solo songs realistically, so I feel like I would give them their own pass on it. I think maybe if I gave a biggest highlight to it, I would give it to Jahuni's Freedom, just because I hit the turnaround so quickly. So, like I remember not really liking this song, but I feel a changed man, by liking Freedom now. So very cool. I think in terms of my favorite songs of the night, I would say Kiss or this is in no particular order. I would say Kiss or Death, Fantasia, Follow would be my favorites of the evening. I would probably maybe get and Ride With You. I feel like those would be. Ooh, that's tough. Actually, never mind. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna retrack. I'm gonna say Kiss or Death, Fantasia, Follow, and I'll close out my favorites with. Ooh, that's tough. I'll close it out with. I'll still say the same. I'll say Ride With You. I'll probably give an honorable mention to Love. I feel like those would be my favorites right there. So, let's see what we got. Biscuit says thank you. Kaylee says thanks. We got a bunch of thanks. We love it. Sarah says, thanks so much, bestie. You absolutely killed it. Cal says, I've been lurking, but I knew all the Monsta X love was love. Killa. Thank you, Biscuit, for this. Jess says, thank you. Uni says, fun times. Sarah says, love Killa. Love Killa. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, Biscuit says, I've tried to hold back requesting them much. Freedom. Yeah, that's fair. He says their favorites was Follow, Beautiful Liar, Kiss or Death, all up there for me. Gunky says Beautiful Liar, best tonight. Biscuit says mine for titles are Jealousy, then Beautiful Liar, and Love are tied. Ooh. Connie says for part 2, my faves are Fantasia, Follow, and Rush Hour. And ranking all their songs is too hard. I would agree. I feel like that's always the stopping point in terms of these streams. But I do like it. I feel like it gives me at least a placeholder on what I enjoy. But hopefully in the future we will be covering more of the solo stuff, as well as getting into Wonho, because I feel like people might ask for that. So we will probably do its own dedicated dive for that, or and make it mixed in with more Monsta X stuff. Potentially, you can let us know what you would like to see. as well as that, thanks for hanging. If you are new, Discord link is always pinned link in these videos, so come hang out in the Discord. We have a bunch of lovely individuals there, so please hang out. It'd be really sick. Some, I guess, like clerical work here. I'm curious who is the next to hit the deep dive list. So I don't know. I want to say it's either Unhi or Jazz. Those would be my two. That's who I think are the next two. If I'm wrong, could be wrong, but I would say those are the two closest to the next 100K if I had to see. Sarah says I'm at 85.7. Oh shit. Okay, maybe not. I feel like Unhi's very close. Okay, Jazz is at 70. Okay, so Jazz will be also very close. I feel like Unhi's very close. If I'm playing my numbers here. Okay, Uni's at 88.2, excuse me. I don't think it'll go as fast as some other people. Okay. Connie says, I'm not sure for me. I need like 70K more. Oof. I was going to say that's actually close too, but I feel like it's going to be close. It's going to be between either Sarah and Unhi right now, and Jazz is like third slot here. So I'm going to say it's probably Sarah, and then I think Unhi's probably next. I was going to say I think it might be Sarah, but I feel I'm hoping. So no, says I made a solid 100 this week. I'm sorry, no Santa. I feel like you lurk though, so that's good. But